Pengajian Bahasa UiTM Cawangan, Kelantan. Yeah, that's one of the small niche that we have a little bit. Great to hear, Mr. Lopez. Wonderful. Shukr Muhammad Yusuf. Anybody want to say Khaifa Haluka in Arabic? We also have experts in several languages here. Our dean is from the Arabic language education. iLEdHS.
Sorry, I've been testing in and out just to see how do I look at this. Kaifa Haluka. We have Kaifa Haluka here.
Yeah, Kaifa Haluka and Kaifa Haluki. بخير والحمد لله. Ala Nabila. Oh, we should have our Dr. Shamimi answer that.
Yes.
I must tell you that both of you look marvelous. Very cheerful.
Thank
Very
you,
beautiful
Dr.
too.
Hashim. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Dr. Hashim.
Coming from you, Dr. Hashim, it's very humbling. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah.
Well, I spoke the truth. I spoke the truth, and I just couldn't wait to tell you this because it is the truth.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
And you look great
And
yourself.
I hope,
Yes.
and I know you will do very well because you start with a very
I
cheerful
was
note.
actually waiting for you to see us at 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
And I was ready to meet you at 8 o'clock because I was informed.
But
I
why
was
8
informed.
o'clock?
I don't know. I was
Not
told
8
that you want to
o'clock, right?
see us before we start the event. So it's like, okay,
Oh,
I'll be there for Dr.
I know,
Hashim.
I know the both of you already. Remember last time I went to UiTM?
I was not there. Unfortunately, I was not there during the Syarahan Perdana, Dato.
I saw
was
your
there.
photographs.
Yeah?
I saw your photographs.
Where? Because in the website?
I think so.
Oh, okay. If it's in the website, yes. If it's somewhere else, because I wasn't there. Okay, let's. I think we should be able to begin. Now, then, you're ready on that side. Dato is also eager to speak. I'm looking forward to your session, Dato. Seriously, honestly.
Mine will be at 11 o'clock, so you can.
I know, but do enjoy from the very beginning. I know you're going to be here from the beginning until the end, but I look forward to have the wonderful comments from you afterward.
Oh no, I hope I can live up to that expectations. What you see.
Tiada yang lama, tiada yang baru, Dato.
You're an expert already.
Yeah.
So saya ni yang lama lah ya.
Tak ada. Kita panggil yang berpengalaman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yang
Nice
season,
yeah.
yang mahir,
Okay.
yang
Evergreen.
knowledgeable, reputable, yeah.
Yep.
You orang Kelantan ke, both of you?
Yes.
I come from Kelantan. Saya
Why
orang
Dato?
Kelantan juga.
Nak bagi
Saya
ampau
tanya
ke?
saja pasal biasanya orang Kelantan tak pandai cakap orang putih.
Janganlah cakap bahasa itu. Kami mewakili Akademi Pengajian Bahasa. Kami mewakili Akademi Pengajian Bahasa.
Yeah.
I am very impressed.
Martabatkan bahasa Melayu tapi masih menggunakan bahasa Inggeris sebagai bahasa keilmuan.
Oh, betul. That's because we cannot forget the world language, English.
Yes.
If we don't speak English, then we are nowhere. Jadi kata bawah tempurung lah.
English is the bahasa ilmu as well.
Yeah. Itulah hasrat Allahyarham Tun Arsha Ayub apabila beliau membuka UiTM.
Siapa yang propose him to become Tun?
I have no idea. Probably you.
Yeah.
Probably
Me.
you.
It was me.
Yeah.
No joking, because saya tengok kan itu orang yang very famous kan, tapi tak ada siapa nak nominate dia, because everybody nak jadi Tun. Jadi yang dia punya contest, dia punya equal tu kan tak maulah. So I put his name up And I went to see 3 prime ministers before he got it.
Okay.
Because
So
the
in
prime
case everybody is
ministers kan hari
wondering who
tu
is
kan,
Tan Sri,
dia, dia bertukar cepat-cepat kan waktu tu kan.
yeah.
Pergi jumpa Tok Najib. Kemudian Najib lost his job. Kemudian pergi jumpa Tun Mahathir. Tun Mahathir pun duduk sekejap juga. Finally pergi jumpa dengan Muhyiddin. Finally dah kali ketiga tu barangkali dah okey lah Muhyiddin was the one who signed.
Okay. So izinkan saya berkongsi sedikit info with the audience in case everybody was wondering who is Tan Sri Asha Ayub. He is our founding fathers of UiTM, the major UiTM in 1956. And in relation to Dr. Professor Hashim Yaqub, he is one of the persons, I guess, in that time, who have been his his strong ally and supporters of the late Tan Sri Asha Ayub. But thank you, Dr. Professor Hashim Yaqub, for that. And we'll definitely going to enjoy more stories from you afterward. Saya mohon izin, Dr. Professor Hashim, untuk saya memulakan acara ini.
Silakan.
Okay. Terima kasih, Dr. Hashim.
Thank
Okay,
you.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the time. We shall now. This is the time, Lynn.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, already.
Everybody, brace yourself. We're going to have a good day, inshallah. The day outside is so bright. We shall now begin the opening ceremony. We respectfully invite all Muslim participants to raise their hands in supplications and non-Muslim participants to observe in silence. We would like to invite Dr. Shahrizal Mahbul to lead the recitation of the Dua. Silakan, Doctor.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولوالدينا وارحمهم كما ربونا صغارا. اللهم آت أنفسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. نفتتح باسمك اللهم هذا اللقاء ونرجو منك النور والهدى والتكريم، وعليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير. اللهم يا عليم يا حكيم يا فاتح أبواب العلم والحكمة، نسألك أن تبارك في هذا المؤتمر المعروف باسم المؤتمر الدولي للغة والتربية والعلوم الإنسانية والاجتماعية أو International Conference on Language, Education, Humanities and Social Sciences تحت شعار التشكيل المستقبل، استكشاف التلاقي بين اللغة والتربية والعلوم الإنسانية والاجتماعية. ونسألك أن تجعله منبرا لتبادل العلم والمعرفة ونشر الفهم الصحيح، ونسألك أن توفق الجهة المنظمة والمشاركين وتلهم الباحثين والمتحدثين حسن البيان وفصاحة اللسان، وتفتح لهم أبواب الفهم السليم، وتجعل جهودهم خالصة لوجهك الكريم موفقة في كل قول وتقديم. ونسألك اللهم أن تجعل كلماتهم نافعة مثمرة تخدم الدين والعلم والحكمة والمعرفة. اللهم ارزقنا الإخلاص في النيات والبركة في الأوقات، واجعل هذا الاجتماع اجتماعا مرحوما مباركا، واجعل التفرق من بعده تفرقا معصوما. اللهم اجعل هذا الملتقى سببا في تعزيز التعاون بين العلماء والباحثين من شتى دول العالم، وافتح لهم فيه فتوح العارفين، وألهمهم فيه رشدهم. يا نعم المولى ويا نعم النصير. اللهم اختم لنا هذا المؤتمر بالقبول والتوفيق، واجعله شاهدا لنا لا علينا. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع ونفس لا تشبع وعين لا تدمع وعمل لا يرفع ودعاء لا يسمع ولا يستجاب له. اللهم لا تفرق جمعنا هذا إلا بذنب مغفور وسعي مأجور وعمل صالح مبرور وتجارة لن تبور وخير لنا جميع الأمور يا عزيز يا غفور. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصل اللهم وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Alhamdulillah. Terima kasih, Dr. Sharizal Mahfud. Thank you, Dr. Sharizal, for the meaningful recitation. We will now proceed with the singing of the national anthem, Negaraku, followed by Wawasan Setiawarga, UIDM.
Bersatu kita warga UiTM, kita bangsa perkasa, taat dan setiaku untuk negara, penuh semangat wajar. Kita jangan mudah terlupa pengorbanan perjuangan anak bangsa. Kita jangan mudah terleka kemajuan keamanan yang ada. Kita berterima kasih pada pemimpin-pemimpin negara. Kita rasa penuh bersyukur kerahmatan kemuliaan darinya. Kamilah pendukung pewaris bangsa, kamilah pejalan bangsa Malaysia, kamilah warga berwawasan untuk negaraku.
Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Lynn.
Thank you, Shah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam Malaysia Madani, salam UiTM di hatiku. Salam 4 dekad keunggulan dari kampus tanah serendah sekebun bunga. Shaping the future, nurturing tomorrow's generation, empowering communities. Yang Berusaha Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Nasir Ismail, the Deputy Rector of Academic Affairs. Yang Berusaha Mr. Mirzar Farouk Amir Razli, the Deputy Rector of Student Affairs. Yang Berusaha Dr. Norziha Mustafa, the Deputy Rector of Research, Industrial Linkage, Community and Alumni Network. Yang Berusaha Associate Professor PS Dr. Khalid Abdul Wahid, Assistant Rector of UiTM Kota Baru Campus. Yang Berusaha Dr. Nur Shamimi Ilyani Cik Hassan, Head of Academy of Language Studies. Yang Berusaha Ms. Nur Delina Zulkarnain, Deputy Chief Librarian of Tengku Anis Library. Yang Berusaha Mr. Muhammad Shamsuddin Muhammad Yassin, the Chief Executive Officer of Maths Proofread, our co-organizer. Yang Berusaha Professor T.S. Dr. Januddin bin Sardi alias Haji Muhammad Yusof, the Dean of Academy of Language Studies. Yang Berbahagia Captain Bersara Datuk Professor Emeritus Dr. Hashim Yaakob, the Chancellor of Innovative University College. Yang dihormati Dr. Anansius Gumawang Jati, Senior Lecturer of Universitas Katolik Parayangan, Indonesia. Dedicated committee members and participants of the online International Conference on Languages, Humanities and Social Sciences 2026.
Since its inception in 2021, the International Conference on Language, Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, i-LEdHS, organized by Akademi Pengajian Bahasa University Technology Mara, Cawangan, Kelantan, has served as a distinguished platform for scholarly exchange. Today, in 2026, the conference proudly welcomes participants, reviewers, and judges from countries including China, Brunei, Indonesia, Pakistan, the Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, Japan, Bangladesh, and Malaysia, further enriching its global reach and reinforcing its commitment to academic excellence and international collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now our pleasure to invite the conference chairperson to deliver the welcoming address. The chairperson will extend greetings, acknowledge our distinguished guests, and share insights into the theme of this conference. It gives us great pleasure to invite Dr. Nur Shamimi Ilyani Cik Hassan, Head of Academy of Language Studies, UiTM, Cawangan, Kelantan, to deliver the welcoming address. Please welcome Dr. Nur Shamimi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam Malaysia Madani, salam UiTM di hatiku. Salam 4 dekad keunggulan dari kampus tanah serendah sekebun bunga, shaping the future, nurturing tomorrow's generation, empowering communities. To Professor Dr. Muhammad Afandi Matrani, Director of UiTM Kelantan Branch, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Nasir Ismail, the Deputy Rector of Academic Affairs, Dr. Norziha Mustafa, the Deputy Rector of Research, Industrial Linkages, Community and Alumni Network, Mr. Mirzar Farouk Amir Razli, the Deputy Rector of Student Affairs, Associate Professor, Technologist, Dr. Khalid Abdul Wahid, Assistant Rector of UiTM Kota Baru Campus, Mrs. Nur Delina Zulkarnain, Deputy Chief Librarian of Tengku Anis Library, Mr. Muhammad Shamsuddin Muhammad Yassin, the Chief Executive Officer of Maths Proofread. Our keynote speakers, Professor Technologist Dr. Januddin Sardi alias Haji Muhammad Yusof, Captain Datuk Professor Emeritus Dr. Hashim Yaakob, Dr. Anansius Gumawang Jati. All committee members of the International Conference on Language, Education, Humanities and Social Sciences 2026. Alhamdulillah, it is my utmost pleasure to eventually meet everyone participating in the International Conference on Language, Education, Humanities and Social Sciences 2026. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to our participants of the Research Conference, Invention and Innovation Competition, and Research e-Poster Competition. Also to our strategic partners, Guangxi Minzu Normal University, Guangzhou Vocational and Technical University, Sekolah Pasca Sarjana Ilmu and Teknologi Multidisiplin Institut Teknologi Bandung, Fakultas Pendidikan and Sains, Universitas Swadaya Gunung Jati, University Brunei Darussalam, Prince of Songkla University, and the Malaysian English Language Teaching Association, and our sponsors. Your invaluable support has contributed to the success of i-LEdHS 2026. Through this conference, I hope that we will have the opportunity to convene and discuss the strategies to improve the quality of academia for the benefits of the current and future generations. We cannot stop the world from evolving, just as we cannot stop time from moving forward. Instead, we should collaborate and explore ways to progress together. Indeed, i-LEdHS 2026 is the ideal platform to realize these aspirations. With that, I hope i-LEdHS 2026 provides us all with new insights, fresh perspectives, and enriching experiences. Bunga Cendrawasih di Sapa Bayu. Terima kasih and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Nur Shamimi Ilyani, for the inspiring and thoughtful address. Go ahead, Lynn.
Thank you, Shah. We are now moving to the much anticipated opening address and official launch. It is a great honor to invite the campus rector to deliver the opening remarks and officially declare this conference open. The rector will also share the institutional vision and highlight the significance of this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yang Berusaha Professor Dr. Muhammad Afandi Madrani, Rector of UiTM Cawangan, Kelantan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Nasir Ismail, the Deputy Director of Academic Affairs. Mr. Mirza Farouk Amir Razli, Deputy Director of Student Affairs. Dr. Nauziha Mustafa, the Deputy Director of Research, Industrial Linkages, Community and Alumni Network. Associate Professor T.S. Dr. Khalid Abdul Wahid, Assistant Rector of UiTM Campus Kota Baru, Dr. Nur Shamimi Ilyani, Cik Hassan, Head of Academy of Language Studies, Ms. Nordalina Zulkarnain, Deputy Chief Librarian of Tengku Anis Library, the top management of Maths Proofreads, Professor T.S. Dr. Januddin bin Sardi, alias Haji Muhammad Yusuf, the Dean of Academic of Language Studies, Captain Datuk Professor Emeritus Dr. Hashim Yaakob, the Chancellor of Innovative University College, Dr. Anuches Gumawang Jati, Senior Lecturer of Universitas Katolik Parahyangan, Indonesia. Good morning to all esteemed guests. A warm welcome to our keynote and plenary speakers, respected academic researchers, industry partners, and everyone joining us from Malaysia and across the globe. We're excited to welcome you to this conference organized by the Academy of Language Studies of University Technology Mara Kelantan Branch in collaboration with the Tengku Anis Library, UiTM Kelantan Branch, and Maths Proofreads. Their shared commitment and dedication have made in this international gathering possible. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished scholars and researchers, welcome to the International Conference on Language Education, Humanities and Social Science. i-LEdHS 2026 conference. It is a real pleasure to be here with all of you, such as a wonderful and diverse group, as we dive into an exciting theme, shaping the future, exploring the nexus of language, education, humanities, and social sciences. This highlight the need for people from different fields to work together. Our world is changing quickly, and we need fresh ideas that combine different viewpoints, cultures, and sectors. i-LEdHS 2026 conference provides the platform for us to discuss and share knowledge about how experts from the language, education, humanities, and social sciences can work together to solve complex global and communities issues. Albert St. George, a Nobel Prize winner, reminds us research is saying what everybody has seen and thinking about nobody else has thought. This initiative is essential for inspiring involvement from experienced scholars and emerging researchers, including undergraduate beginning the research journeys. Engaging in this way is key to nurturing the next generation of academic thinkers and innovators who will shape the future of knowledge and society. Let's seize this opportunity to cultivate brain, mind, and pave the way for significant advancement. This event is an excellent opportunity to strengthen Malaysia researcher culture and foster innovation through collaboration between academia and industry. It helps expand research network and turn ideas into impactful solutions. Participants will share insights and present innovative research with the aim of inspiring new perspective and future interdisciplinary collaborations. As wrap up, I just want to take a moment to thank all the amazing people who make this conference possible, to the organizing committees, co-organizers, strategic partners, sponsors, reviewers, judges, authors, presenters, and participants. Your support has been invaluable. Special acknowledgement goes to everyone involved in the i-LEdHS 2026 conference. Your dedication is evident in every detail. We appreciate your generous support that values education and innovation. Respected guests and participants, it is now my great honor and privilege to officially launch the International Conference on Language, Education, Humanities and Social Sciences 2026. May this conference be productive, insightful and inspiring for all participants. Thank you and wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor, for the inspiring address and for officially launching the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our attention to the specially prepared montage. Let's enjoy.
Wow. I can't help but say, I want to say something. I want to say thank you, Lynn. I want to say thank you because that montage is basically an overview of what iLEdHS is all about. And
Yes.
the most important thing is the support from all of our
All.
international and national partners in Malaysia and overseas. Thank you very much, everybody. A
Thank
big
you for
round
the
of
support given.
applause for all of you who have been with us through thick and thin. It is indeed a wonderful journey, and may it blooms to become much, much, much more wonderful. And to all the sponsors, thank you very much from the bottom of our deepest heart. Bottom lagi, deepest lagi, thank you
First lagi.
for being with us, supporting us all the way for iLEdHS, and may we keep collaborating for the more iLEdHS in the future. Thank you
Yes.
very much. 谢谢你。All right, now we shall now proceed with the keynote address. This is the moment that I have been waiting for, actually. And our keynote speaker will frame the conference themes from an academic perspective and set the tone for the sessions ahead. A gentle reminder, you may post your questions in the chat session and in the chat section, and then we shall address it at the end of each of the segments. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited for this. It is my great honor to introduce our first keynote speaker, Professor Technologist Dr. Januddin bin Sardi alias Haji Muhammad Yusuf, a distinguished academic as well as the Dean from the Academy of Language Studies at University Technology, Mara, Malaysia. With a PhD from the University of Malaya, a master's degree in Islamic Studies from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, and a bachelor's degree in Arabic from Al-Azhar University, Egypt, he brings extensive expertise in applied linguistics, particularly in Arabic language education. A highly respected figure in his field, his research focuses on Arabic language learning, particularly through innovative approaches aligned with the Common European Framework of Reference, CEFR. He has been actively involved in developing language modules, mobile applications, and multimedia-based learning tools aimed at enhancing students' engagement and proficiency. In addition to his extensive publications in reputable journals, Professor Januddin, or famously known as Prof. J, has led and contributed to numerous research projects, including interdisciplinary studies that integrate language, technology, and social impact. He is also a dedicated supervisor, having guided many postgraduate students in their academic and research journey. It's our pleasure to invite Professor Dr. Januddin to deliver the keynote address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam, Prof.
Alhamdulillahi wassalatu ala rasulillah. Terima kasih kepada pengacara majlis. Syukran jazilan di Raisil Tilsa. Sabah al-khair. Kita tak nak canggung ya, kita santai-santai saja hari ini.
Silakan.
أول شيء أقدم جزيل الشكر لجهتكم بدعوتكم لهذا المؤتمر كمتحدث أول. Terima kasih kepada penganjur menjemput saya sebagai pembicara utama yang pertama. Kepada semua, good morning to all participants, presenter and special guests, and also all the participants from national and international. I think it's a very good conference to us to involve in this conference because of the multilingual and multicultural we have here, from Japan, Philippines, Brunei, Thailand, Indonesia, and other countries. Ya, sangat meriah hari ini. Ya, sangat meriah. Baik, saya akan menggunakan multilingual ya untuk hari ini. For the topic, I think it is shaping the future of language education, innovation, technology, and values in a changing social landscape.
It's not only for shaping, but also strengthening the future of language. I think I will go for I think we have the after this, we can give all the participants the notes. Okay, now we are in the what you call it, the current landscape of language learning. Yes, increasingly, yeah, reliance on technology. Every time, every moment, every single time for the lecturers in teaching, for the student in learning, the real reliance on technology is always engaged for the future, our education language, yeah, language education. Okay. Yeah, this shift foster more inclusive environment where the deserved learning needs can be more easily addressed through technology. I think I want to share you something before I continue my lecture, something this like this. Okay. Can you see? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we can see here how we develop the content. Now we can see our new generation, I think every moment they are using AI, artificial intelligence, or in Malay we call it kecerdasan buatan. We are using the generative AI, kecerdasan buatan generative. I think when the lecturer can do this, something, the content like this, I think it's more reliable to our new generation in learning any language. I think this is a sample of for Arabic language. In this, we can see how the animation here, they are using the illustrator animation, and we have also text here in Arabic, in Malay, and in English. How beautiful nowadays we can create using the AI generative AI to create a beautiful content. I think a rich content, and you can see how the people, the learners for Arabic language can learn easily by repeating this video always. Then we can see how fast they can learn the language. I think now we are in the year, the time, or the current situation or environment now is very rich content to be learned. Right, okay. Okay. Now AI, AR, VR, and any technology we have in our learning now. We can see the society are increasingly using multilingual, multicultural. How the multicultural, we can see our generation, new generation now. We can see how the culture of Korea, the culture of Japan, the culture of what we call it from, of course, from Thailand and Indonesian, or from Brunei in our country, or in our southern Asia, we can see always. But beyond the boundaries, we can see all the multicultural can be seen at our step in only for watching, the websites and any other resources online. Okay, traditional classroom approach create a growing gap with learners' realities. Now we can see how the traditional, orang-orang lama, mungkin Dato' Profesor Hashim nanti akan cerita orang lama punya. Kat situ mengenai bagaimana gap kita daripada awal. Dulu kapur dengan papan hitam, kemudian masuk ke marker dengan whiteboard. Masuklah LCD kan, masuk LCD. Lepas LCD okeylah, mungkin kita akan masuk pula ke TV LCD ataupun TV yang lebih
high definition.
Ya kan. Jadi kat situ gapnya, dan sekarang ni almost semuanya depan handphone. Handphone, tab, pad, iPad dan sebagainya. Jadi kat situ gap di antara traditional method classroom itu sudah beyond, sudah ada makin jauh daripada kita. Ya? Baik. Okay, the pace of progress and versus pedagogy. Technology is advancing faster than pedagogy. Yes, pedagogy faster than our integration of values. Yeah, the values is more difficult to we teach the values because this needs embedded in our curriculum, embedded in our teaching, and also the question is, are we enhancing education or does digitizing outdated practices? This is the important thing. Adakah kita hanya sekadar nak upgrade our teaching method using the technology, or we are enhancing the education itself? The education must have the value from the education. That's it must be think about it. Okay, and now the framework for today's talk is about innovation, technology, and values. And we know pedagogy is pedagogical transformation from the lecturer, from the curriculum, from the our programs, our course. It's very important to have an innovation there. And we are using the tools. The tools is the technology. Yes, the tool is AI, AR, VR, and other things. Yeah, it's a lot of things, it's a lot of technology you can use for this. And the value, yes, the ethic, how the cultural identity and human-centered learning principle is must be there. Okay, we look at the current, but now I think it is about Malaysia. Yeah? It's only for about Malaysia. I don't think the other countries have the problem about the challenges in current situation, because maybe in Japan, I think it's not a lot of problem about the current landscape of the language education in terms of the challenges. Maybe our country in Asia, Southeast Asia, maybe there is something challenges. Why is the challenge more on what? I think this accessibility issues. This is still in, and of course in our country also in the rural area, there is still have the problem about accessibility, and create some barriers for some learners, particularly those with disability or limited access to the technology. I think it is normally we know about this in our country. And the second one is activity access. Yeah, the rural area and the rural and the urban area. I think the equal access to the technology. Some have in urban, in city, we have a lot of facilities they created and prepared in our urban. Okay, but in rural, yes, there is such limited to have the accessibility. Okay, the third one is the technology infrastructure limitation. Effective integration requires robust technologies. Yes, in some area, in some university, especially in university, there is some I think the problem of the technological infrastructure not go in a rural area. There is no assessing and upgrading existing system to facilitate the learning and teaching is still limited. Okay, I think it can be read from this. Data privacy, yes, this is also some challenges to have, because the privacy and security of data, personal data, private data, and also we know that now we have what, a big data to be manipulated, or big data to be used in some area, and especially in private data. I think is a concern about the privacy and the security. Okay, the second one, the fifth one, the teacher training and development. This is something we want to, for the teacher. This is I think is very important. For the teacher, we need the transformative teaching from the traditional method to the modern, or to the technology driven method. And for the student, we need to have what? Immersive learning to be prepared for the student. It is a two important thing. For the lecture, we call it the transformative teaching, from the old one or for the traditional one to the modern one or the current one. For the student, we need to prepare for the student immersive learning environment. Okay, this is teaching. Teachers or lecturers need to have some training to have more familiar or more, we call it professional development to the lecturer, to the teachers, to have more familiar with the technology. Okay. This is some solution. Yes, the innovation and the technology. We must have the innovation first. When we prepare the curriculum, we must have the innovation. After the curriculum created and the delivery, we need to have something in the transformative teaching, the material, the method of delivery. If in classroom, how we deliver, and in online, how we deliver. And this is one we call it the innovation we must have in every timely delivery to the student. And the use of technology. Then innovation solutions utilizing smart technology. We call it smart technology because what? Because now all the technology we have the smart technology. Something like AI, VR or AR. This is offer dynamic and interactive platform for language acquisition. This is because now multilingual is not only for in Malaysia, not only for Malay, English or Arabic subject, but it's need more. And for our Academy Pengajian Bahasa, we have offer a lot of the Asian and European languages. Then we need to have a lot of using the smart technology, something like AI, to have an immersive learning to the student. Smart technologies are transforming language education by providing innovative solutions that enhance learning experience and outcomes. Okay, adaptive learning platform. This is also one of the solution that we need we can use for our teaching and learning. That means customize education content to meet individual learners' needs. This is more on personalization. I think some learning management system or some platform for this, I think provided, I think we can see all over the world. Then we can see the provider, something like what we call it, the provider for rich content. They have the platform to have the educational content. Can foster a more engaging and efficient learning experience, enhancing vocabulary and also grammatical accuracy. Okay, intelligent tutoring system. Yes, for personalized learning, then we can use this. This is we have if we use the tutoring system, the personalized feedback, already immediately we can see the feedback from the system. This is a very intelligent tutoring system. We have a lot. The provider that use this, and also something like using what? Natural language processing. Now we have the chatbot. We have a lot of things. Robotic. We have the robotic can give the feedback immediately, and also the application on the web. They are a lot. We can now learning speaking skill, our learning skill that is immediately from the web, and they are the tutor have help us in enhance our skill for the language. This is something very, very useful for teaching. Okay. So automatic assessments too there. Yes, this is a lot of thing. Always we do this for now. And also for next, I think it's more on personalized automated assessment and personalized helping the student how to increase or enhance their skill in every time they take the assessment. And this tools is very helpful to us to improve our skill in learning language. Automated assessment tools. Okay, AI powered language. Yes, also yes. This is it's not very strange to us now because AI helping us every time in and more is because the AI actually give us what we give us a lot of help in our time. It's very fast. Yeah, very fast. I think if you want to design something to have a text, ChatGPT or DeepSeek, or we can gonna use what? Grok or anything. Yeah, Grok. Yeah, can utilize to match based on interest and proficiency level. We have to use this all. This platform will promote meaningful exchange that enhance conversation skills and also natural cultural insight. Okay. Interactive language app, yes, we have now Duolingo members. This is already provided by provider. Then we can use just pay something. Then we can use for free for the first step. And if you want to enhance more, then pay something. Then we can use this app. Duolingo members. This is also can do for the personalized learning to have these all apps. Okay, gamification, this is something I think it's not new to us, but how we develop the gamification, this is something we need to use the AI. I think the gamification, this is something I call it, this is one of my student, PhD student. They use the apps to do the gamification of language for Arabic. Okay, but gamifications not only we are using the apps. Gamification also we can use by the material, natural material in the classroom. Something like before we could use something like using using papandam or game ula. This is something can use
The board games.
and make it the board. Something that you can use for the gamification in class. That's one of our candidate for. I think everybody know about the ACRI competition for innovation. The ACRI, there is one a teacher, a lecturer from I think from one of our university. They are using gamification to teach their student. She's in the class. This is a female lecturer. Not teach by only from the PPT for PowerPoint. No, they are using the gamification to teach the student how to understand the what we call the electricity board. This is one, and she is now won the ACRI competition. As the competition is the Anugerah transformasi pengajaran transformasi. Just using
Transformative Learning Award. Yeah.
this award, yeah. Okay, immersive. This is important. It's a very important immersive learning environment. This is I want to show you how now we need to transform from the natural or traditional method in teaching. If we use the technology, but it's still now, I think it's still not the traditional method because the curriculum and the teaching delivery, the content delivery is the same, only we upgrading using the technology. But what kind of the technology or the method we use? I think this is important to immersive learning the environment. We can see some of the example. This is early technology we use the
Is this supposed to be a sound, Prof? Ada bunyi tak? Ke tak, memang tak ada?
Okay, for this is a technology for multimedia technology. Just we have some text and graphic, animated graphic, animated, and we develop it and develop in video, then something about a quiz about the text. But to develop this, I think we need around 1 week to have one video for the natural lecturer. Not only for I think it's too hard to have something like this if you want to use the technology in that time. But now the immersive learning environment, I think augmented reality is the one how we can see this method to teach the student. They can use it by their own personalized learning using this self-learning only. Okay, you can see the
Oh, so cute. Ya, tak dengar musiknya, Prof, kata audience.
tak dengar sekejap. Tapi saya dah kuatkan dah ni. Tak dengar musuh.
Kami tak dapat dengar sound. Prof kena reshare, Prof.
Ya?
Reshare, lepas tu tekan audio. Prof reshare. Lepas tu share balik.
Share lagi
lepas tu
sekali.
tekan yang audio tu.
Okay, sekejap.
Sebab ada part yang dia tulis apa, presentation audio tu kan.
Dah, saya dah punya. Okay.
Udah.
Mana ya?
Oh, stop sharing. Oh, actually kita cakap Prof kena stop sharing. Lepas
Okay.
tu share balik. Lepas tu tekan audio tu semula.
Okay, stop sharing.
Ya.
Saya share
Share
balik.
lagi sekali.
Lepas tu saya start break.
Tekan audio tu semula. Oh tak apa. Tak apa juga.
Tu dekat icon mic, dekat icon audio kat bawah macam ada speaker tu. Kat situ tak?
Yes.
Yes.
Prof didn't share the sound. Kena share the
Yes.
sound. Susah nak nampak kat sini sound tu.
Share the sound.
Share the sound. Kat mana? Dekat.
Ni dekat bantu Prof.
Ini saya dah stop. Tu.
Prof, boleh tak kalau Prof stop sharing, lepas tu Prof share balik tu dia kan ada macam 3 tab tu kan. Prof share yang Chrome tab sahaja. Tak share, bukan share entire screen atau window. Only Chrome tabs.
Okay, faham. Okay.
Only Prezi. I think baru ada suara.
Okay.
Kita cuba. We'll try. So hopefully the participants can give Prof a few minutes to rectify the issue.
Okay.
Bismillah.
Ya. Okay.
Sound?
Moga jasam.
Sound as well.
Okay lah, tak dengar pun tak apalah. It's just,
We can just imagine the sound of the elephant.
okay, for next, I think this is something also we using the virtual. Yang ini dibina oleh Dr. Fitri Nurul Ain. Kita tengok ya bagaimana dia punya visual untuk boleh nampak ya. Okey. Okey.
Boleh nampak ATB Shah Alam. Dia kena ada batu macam tu juga. Wow. So like a virtual reality, ya, Prof?
Ya.
VR.
Dia ada video. Okay, kita boleh keluar balik, boleh masuk balik. Kita boleh keluar.
Like a virtual tour, virtual reality tour of the Academy
Sambil belajar bahasa Arab, belajar apa ni untuk kenal.
You get to know the buildings.
Ya. Kalau nak lebih menarik, dia menggunakan ni. Dia menggunakan apa namanya? Untuk 3D tu. Allahuakbar.
3D. The virtual apa yang macam
Ada
kamera dia.
kamera dia. Ini virtual kamera.
So this is a virtual map, ya Prof?
Ya. The virtual. Ini di luar. Ini di Palang. Tengoklah tempat-tempatnya. Bergantung kepada tempat yang dia nak pergi tu. Jadi tak perlulah pelajar ni pergi ke tempat tu nak tanya satu-satu. Perlu. Jadi dia akan terus belajar.
Back then in the older days kita buat kotak je on a piece of paper. So now we can see the real buildings.
Yeah. Okay. This is sample for visual reality. Jadi untuk belajar bahasa Arab kita tapi lecturer perlu menyediakan benda ni lah. Jadikan dia projek dan sebagainya. Kalau lah kita nak pergi ke kedai, kita cari lokasi kedai itu untuk mengenali vocabulary dan sebagainya. Dan itulah juga yang tadi saya bagi contoh. This is some of our apps have been developed from the student. This is mine. This is mine also. This is from the student. This is Arabic programs. In UITM, we have the Arabic program, and the student develop VR, AR apps using our technology, AR technology. Okay, this is something like I show you before in the early stage, in the early my talk. Then I think this is one. Okay. How okay, the simple one. Yeah. Yeah. The penggunaan maza taf'alin, mana apa buat? Dia apa buat? Repeating. This is our methodology. Method how we teach the language skill. Maza taf'alin. Ini ialah untuk speaking skill. Ulang-ulang. Repeating. Tikrar. Ya, jadi kat situ apabila pelajar dengar lama-lama dia akan mahir. Dan kontennya ialah berikutnya. Ana aklil bayda fi miqlad. Jadi dia akan berubah-ubah.
Ada pertanyaan bro di screen.
Ya.
Katanya, can you share the link to your innovation with us here, Prof?
Ni ada dekat ni nota tu, boleh nanti saya akan share. Okey, jadi kat sini cuma saya nak terangkan bahawa the difficulty how we develop the content. Before we need I think a one project a month, 2-3 months to complete the project. But now using the AI, we can use generative AI to create the illustration, the video, the text, and all in a single. I think around 1 or 2 weeks can be complete. This is why AI foster our content development. This is something need to train the lecturer how to develop something like this. I think the project can be also run by our student. Program student is better, not the course student. Okay, just that I share how we can use the AI, the technology to foster our shaping to our future language education. Okay, now we move to the integrating values through pedagogy. Yes, task-based learning is good for our course to have more real communication and collaborative dialogue. Yeah, this is also can use AI to prepare all our tasks or our teaching, practicing, drilling the student, encouraging ethical digital behavior embedded in university. This is also, I think, when we provide the material for the student in some courses, then we need to have how the digital to help us in embedding the ethical part. Cultural content reinforcement, identity, heritage, and global awareness. Yeah, this is very simple. We can use online content, online resources to have this cultural content. Yes, we can learn about Japanese. No need go to Japan, but just go to the website, go to some resources they have already in TikTok, on Facebook or other media social. I think a lot of content we can use it to beneficial for the student. Okay. Yes, supporting the cultural immersion and inclusivity. The even yes. Now we have for UiTM we have collaborative teaching, and we can use some with the others country. If Arabic program here, we go for our partners in Morocco, in Indonesia, to the native speaker. Indonesia only the for the native we go for Morocco, Egypt, and we have the collaborative teaching with them. Then this will connect immediately to the native speaker for our program. Okay. Then have to facilitate all the students to how the native speaker speak. Okay. And also we learn a lot of their culture, Arabic culture, immediate from the native speaker culture. Okay. Yes, the last part is key insight and future model. Yes, please use AR, VR, and other technology, especially using the AI, to strengthening our landscape in language education. We prepare the engagement, visual learning process effectively. AI enable personalization and scalability in education context. Pedagogy is crucial for ensuring meaning and the integration of pedagogy. Yeah, we need to change or to enhance our curriculum, enhance our pedagogy, enhance our material to have a lot of rich content to the student. Okay, the future model require human-centered pedagogy as it's called. Yes, we need still we are the changers, the provider for all the materials, all the curriculum, all the process, the teaching and learning. Intelligent and responsible use for technology is paramount. Strong ethical and cultural foundation essential for growth. Now we are the global community. We had the global community. Then the ethics for the ethics and also our culture. Also, we have to strengthen in our curriculum, in our teaching and learning to make sure that all the students we are give to the other student, to the other partners in all global community, then also we have learned from them about their community, about their ethical and their cultural. Okay. Okay, this is involve the role of educators. We are the educators. Then make sure we are as a designer, rich and engaging learning experience. We are the facilitator of dynamic interaction and collaborative learning. Then we are the provider for ethical guides in the complex digital world. Yeah, so complex, and we can see how the culture, the bad culture, the negative culture on the side, in front of our eyes, in our computers or our phone. We are the mediators between advanced technology and human learnings. Okay, the future classroom of vision, yeah, AI assisted for sure, yet always human-led in its pedagogical approach. Yes, technology rich, but never technology-driven, prioritizing learning's outcomes. Global connected, yet grounded in local culture. Don't forget about our culture and values. It is very important to make sure our jati diri is as a Malaysian, is as a Malay, as a if you're Chinese, yes, or is Indian. Yeah, we have the jati diri for Malaysian as it is. Okay. Okay. Now the last part is beyond language, is shaping humanity. Yeah, still we are manusia, then we are people, jadilah manusia untuk apapun. Yeah, we are not just teaching language, we are shaping how future generation think, communicates, and belong. The real challenges is ensuring that in embracing the future, we do not lose our humanity. That's a thing I end my talk for today. Thank you very much to all. Shukran jazilan li jami'. Ila liqa. Ma'assalama. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikum salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jazakallah, Professor Dr. T. Professor Dr. Jainuddin, thank you very much for the insightful presentation. Now we shall take the questions from the floor, inshallah. I have been told that there will be questions because they have already received 1 or 2 requests just now.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Ya, waalaikumsalam.
Saya Syamimi. That's a very interesting sharing from you on digital education. So saya ada soalan lah. Boleh tanya bahasa Melayu ke bahasa Inggeris, Prof?
Okay, boleh
Bahasa
mana-mana.
Arab tak boleh,
Bahasa
Prof?
Arab, bahasa Arab.
Arab.
Bahasa Arab lah.
Bahasa Arab. Assalamualaikum, bahasa Arab. Kaifa halika? Okay, Prof, soalan saya, okay, dengan krisis, Middle East crisis ni, which has impacted our work and also the educational system directly and indirectly. So how effective is digital learning for students and lecturers, and also what are the solutions that we can offer to implement effective assessment on students' learning? Because based on, I think, many of our experience here, students, you know, they are more advanced than us. And then kita bagi task tu, they have all the resources, digital resources, that we might doubt whether their work is really their work or assisted by AI.
Ya.
Terima kasih. Syukran jazilan.
Apa? Baik, yang pertama krisis Asia Barat, ya. Memang di sudut perancangan, saya nak beritahu baru-baru ini 11 pelajar kita yang sepatutnya internship di Saudi Arabia untuk belajar terpaksa dibatalkan kerana krisis berkenaan. Itu di sudut fizikalnya lah, maksudnya di sudut begitu ni. Tetapi apapun kita pun tahu, dan kita pun dah, contohnya kalau untuk beyond Malaysia, kita dah ada collaborative teaching yang saya sebut tadi. Jadi isu tak ada isu lah. Dan berbalik kepada pelajar lebih advance. Sure. Itu sebab saya selalu kata, kalau kepada pensyarah ni, janganlah kita ni ketinggalan daripada pelajar. Kita mesti lebih advance daripada pelajar. Itu sebab yang tadi, kalaulah content development, saya bagi contoh ya, bagi contoh content development, janganlah kita hanya menggunakan ChatGPT untuk note itu. Pelajar lagi advance, tak payahlah cik doktor, tak payahlah, kami dah tahu dah. Oh, memalukan kita. Jadi kita perlukan yang ada innovation, mesti ada inovasi dalam kita punya lecture. Kita mesti menggunakan betul teknologi sama guna. Ini sekarang semua guna, pelajar guna, kita guna, tetapi kita mesti ada innovation yang pelajar tak ada. Itu sangat penting. Ya, baru dan kita terapkan dalam innovation tu semua ada value dia. Pelajar hanya menggunakan generatif AI ni hanya untuk cepat, nak mudah, nak dapat jawapan, nak dapat apa. Even dalam assessment pun begitu. Ya, bila assessment, walaupun kita ni menggunakan AI, let's say lah kita buat soalan, saya bagi contoh yang kita tak boleh lari juga lah. Kita buat soalan daripada ChatGPT. Daripada ChatGPT buat soalan. Jawapannya ChatGPT pun bagi. Kalau bagi kat student bagi, suruh tengok ChatGPT. Tapi bila kita menggunakan ChatGPT, kita kena memasukkan unsur yang lain daripada situ. Lain daripada jawapannya tu, daripada generatif ChatGPT tu kita tengok dan kita olah semula. Itu yang sangat betul, kita mesti lebih advance daripada student yang mana jawapan itu mungkin ada dari ChatGPT dan mungkin tidak. Terutama apabila jawapan itu memerlukan kepada realiti kehidupan ataupun realiti subjek konten yang diajar tu. Itu yang kita kena kreatif kat situ. Kena kreatif, guna AI, guna yang sama tetapi kita lebih kreatif. Itu saja. Ya, lebih inovatif. Terutamanya bila menyediakan konten dan juga ataupun soalan-soalan tu. Mesti lebih kreatif. Dan tahap, kalau soalan ni adalah arah rendah, arah sederhana, arah tinggi yang memerlukan kepada kesukaran untuk pelajar tu. Kita challenge saja pelajar tu semasa dia menjawab. Okey. Bukan tu saja assignment lah, task dan apa sebagainya. Mesti kembalikan kepada something yang reality, jawapan yang ada reality di depan mata mereka. Okey. Jawab Hot.
Alhamdulillah.
Terima kasih Prof.
Okay, any more questions from the floor, from our friends, international and also local friends?
Ya, Dr. Syamim ni kena lebih bijak ya daripada AI.
Saya cuba. I will try.
Okay. Any more from the floors? Okay. All right. Now we have from Nurain Abdul Malay. Recently, they have found that the current generation is actually underperforming compared to its predecessor, despite better academic facilities, etc. The culprit, technology. What is your take, Prof?
Okay.
Penyebabnya kerana teknologi underperform.
Ya, betul. Sebab generasi sekarang ni ambil mudah. Sebab dah dibiasakan dengan teknologi nak mudah. Ya, jadi pun apa pun dia ambil mudah semua perkara. Yang itu yang kita kena ajar. Kalau subjek creative thinking tu nak kena ada. Ini semasa tak kira apa kursus pun, kita kena menyediakan yang ada creative thinking. Ya, kalau tidak, pelajar akan ambil mudah. Kan? Nak senang lah kan? Nak senang ialah copy paste. Maka dia pun ambil mudah, semua nak copy paste. Dan ini yang menyebabkan pelajar malas, ya, dan pelajar tidak perform. Dan pelajar juga akan mencari jalan. Itu sebab kita akan bertemu mereka-mereka yang mencuri, bukan mencuri, apa kita katakan sebagai
Plagiarized.
Plagiarize. Yes, that's the true word. Plagiarize. Any work, student work, dia akan mencari dan mencari. Ambil mudah. Dia tidak akan ada creative thinking kat situ. Yang ini yang sangat penting kepada pengajar, kepada pesyarat. Make sure the student have the element of creative thinking, even dalam task, even dalam apa-apa tugasan yang diberi. Ini kalau tidak ni senang je lah kan. Hari ini diberi tugasan, besok dia boleh hantar. Maknanya plagiarism. Senang je.
Basically, the brain is not thinking, only the AI
Yeah.
is doing everything.
Yes. Pernah ada satu cerita lah. Bagaimana pelajar, ini pelajar Arab ya, dia buat assignment, dia jenis mudah, copy paste saja. Rupanya yang di copy paste tu bahasa Parsi, bukannya bahasa Arab. Jadi kita gelak ya. Sebab tulisannya sama kan, tulisannya sama, dia copy paste bahasa Parsi, bukannya bahasa Arab. Dia memang satu rumpun apa Arab ni.
Dia lagi hebat lah.
Dia lagi hebat.
Dia lagi hebat daripada assessment dan syllabus.
Orang Arab jawapan Parsi. Itu lagi hebat.
Okay, Prof. Shazlin here. Prof,
Yeah.
saya simple question, a very simple one. I wonder, macam kalau lain masa guna ChatGPT atau guna AI, kan, pelajar kita guna AI, I've read somewhere language anxiety mereka berkurang sebab mereka rasa macam bercakap secara casual apa semua kan. Tapi bila dalam kelas verbal face to face, terus language anxiety terus datang, tak nak bercakap dalam kelas, very passive, and then it really interrupts with them in improving their speaking skills or any other skills yang related to language, right? So what's your take on that?
Okay. Untuk language skill ni memang saya lebih prefer kepada face to face. Even dalam kelas apa semua sekarang ni bila online saya tak berapa gemar. Ya, mesti face to face untuk dapatkan skill. Ya, lebih daripada itu hanya sebagai orang kata amendment atau bukan amendment, kita sebagaikan homework. Ya? Jadi kat situ maknanya skill face to face itu ialah the best method to learn language. Boleh, tetapi kalau untuk speaking skill, kita fokus pada speaking skill, mana kita nak dapat? Ya, kita ada chat GPT, kita ada chatbot yang boleh, dan kita ada video dan ada app sekarang ni, you jawab, dia balas, you jawab, dia balas. It is one of the, tetapi not in the realitinya human touch tu tak ada. Ya, walaupun dia bercakap dengan robot, dengan apa, dengan itu namanya natural processing language tu, ya, tetapi dia masih lagi memerlukan human touch untuk dia dapat secara natural. Dan itulah yang perlu kita galakkan. Okey, kita guna IT juga, guna teknologi juga, tak ada masalah. Ya, cari native speaker. Itu untuk ni lah kan, kalau kita berpeluang untuk tu kan, native speaker bercakap. Itu untuk speaking skill. Jadi apa pun ya, benda tu mesti ada human touch kat situ. Kita sebagai teacher, sebagai lecturer, sebagai pembimbing kepada pelajar. Ya, jawab.
Okay. Alright, thank you, Prof. We have one more question.
Yes.
Can I read the question, please? Yeah, okay.
Oh, semua. Aku keras.
Itulah banyak soalan ni, Prof.
Okay.
Why
Silakan,
is
Profesor Madia, Dr. Suryani.
Alright, thanks. Prof,
Dr. Suryani, okay.
nak cakap Arab tak pandai but we have international participants. Okay, so saya
Yeah.
campur ya. Okay,
Yeah, boleh.
we experienced before or when we search, yes. Oh, camera off. Yeah. Okay,
Welcome to the online
before this
challenges.
we could retrieve, this is from our past experience in relation to using AI and also advanced technology. Like I try to relate with what we had, what we experienced before. For example, when about 10 years ago, maybe we could easily retrieve articles freely. But these days, some of these articles, which used to be free last time, has been charged. Okay, they have been charged, and which means we have to pay. I don't know, the what databases have been charging the users something that used to be free last time. My question is, do you think this can also happen to AI users after our new generation
has been trained to get things in what in an easy way, like what you mentioned just now. They are left with no critical thinking, lack of synthesizing skills, for example. And after sometimes, if this happens, like what happened to our experience retrieving articles before, then I think that will be a major disaster for us. So your comment on that, Prof. Thank you.
Ya, betul. Ini our challenge. Ya, as educators memang sangat mencabar kita. Kan? Tahu-tahu siap. Oi, cepatnya siap.
Tahu-tahu
Kan?
Parsi.
Tahu-tahu okey semua. Ini cabaran kita pertamanya, kita sebagai pakar. Kan? Kita pakar, kadang-kadang kepakaran kita tu AI lebih mengatasi kepakaran kita. Itu pun satu mencabar kita tu. Okay. Tapi di sana teknologi berkembang dan kita tahu kalau macam ChatGPT, maaf, dan kita tahu bahawa teks yang diambil itu pun kita boleh tahu itu adalah ChatGPT. Tetapi pada saya dia begini. Kalau satu research kajian, kalau dia berkaitan dengan common issues, common konteks, common content, common yang memang kita boleh ambil, tak ada masalah. Tetapi bila melibatkan kepada certain part atau special kajian yang berkenaan ada berkaitan yang khusus, kat situ kita kena lihat dia punya resources dia. Kadang-kadang bila kita biasa dengan ChatGPT ataupun semua Grok apa tu, kita akan lihat bahawa ada juga yang dia punya pernyataannya tu tak betul, sumbernya salah. Itu yang kita kena tengok. Resources tu nak kena lihat. Jadi apa pun cabarannya memang banyak. Cabaran yang akan mendatang itulah yang kita akan hadapi. Dan solusinya hanya pada kita. Ya, pada kita yang sebagai pakar, sebagai apa, untuk mencorakkan apa-apa hasil yang didapati daripada apa-apa pun yang kita nakkan, daripada apa-apa task atau apa-apa perkara berkenaan. Ya, memang itu pada pendapat saya di sana ada mekanisme untuk mengatasi ini melalui teknologi juga. Tetapi apapun dia kembali kepada human touch. Kita sebagai pakar yang akan menentukan apa pun. Jadi ketelitian kita tu yang mencabar kita. Ketelitian kita dalam apa-apa perkara yang berkaitan dengan penggunaan generative AI ini, kita akan kembali kepada kita untuk menentukannya. Jangan melepas saja tengok, okey, cantik, berapa muka ni complete semua apa-apa. Semuanya ChatGPT, semuanya AI.
Okay. One last quick, Prof. One last quick question from the library section, I think. What is the Prof opinion on the rapid advancement of technology and AI? Are libraries still relevant? And what changes need to be made for them to keep pace with this technological development? Very quickly, Prof.
Yes, relevan, ya, masih relevan. Terutamanya relevannya ialah bila semuanya online lah. Ya, kan? Tak ada orang nak pergi library sekarang. Kan? Even kat sana mungkin suatu masa nanti ada kategori yang library kena ada sesuatu yang boleh kritikal dipikirkan bagaimana untuk menjadikan library ini lebih library sebagai satu pusat sumber yang kita relevan dan juga diperakui. Sah. Itu orang library kena fikir. Library kena fikir. Supaya menjadikan apa-apa teknologi yang datang, apa-apa resources yang datang itu memang accurate dan juga diyakini betul. Sah dan juga apa ni. Itu ni. Teknologi hanya memberikannya, deliver je, tetapi kontennya asalnya mesti dipikirkan macam mana untuk membagikan ini. Adakah ini konten-konten, even macam kita sekarang, thesis yang ada ni kan, yang apa, sebenarnya kalau kan ada teknologi yang bagus, yang apa ni, dia boleh sekali screening saja, dia tahu ini banyak AI, berapa peraturan, semua dah ada dah. Cumanya kat situ, di sana mungkin ada yang betul-betul nak kena dikategorikan, di sudah mungkin kat sini sebab dia berkaitan dengan machine learning, berkaitan dengan algoritma, masa dia mendetect apa dia memastikan benda itu adalah benar ataupun hanya ChatGPT ataupun AI. Itu memang sangat mencabar untuk dia. Jadi relevan tetap relevan, tetapi cara mana pengoperasian library itu perlu dipertingkatkan juga. Itu pada pandangan saya.
Right. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Januddin. Overall, according to Professor Dr. Januddin, even though we are in the advancements of AI, everything still needs to have the human touch. And whatever we do, because in the age of AI, everything has been augmented, the learning style, the pedagogies, even the culture, but we need to ensure that the values is still retained, because that the values is going to make it humanized and preserving what we have. Still, that's when they have that values, we will be able to innately nurture our learners to know when to not plagiarize the content, to know when to improvise the content, to know when to synthesize the content instead of copying and just submitted the assignment. So the dean was just now reminding all of us, especially at UITM, and although every practitioner and English teachers or professors and lecturers, the fact that we are the one who are going to govern our students and manage them, not just with technology, but also govern them in their heart, telling them what's right or wrong, because they are going to be segregating those information. They will be filtering those information on their own because of the conscience that we built in them. Okay, so thank you once again, Professor Dr. Januddin, for that insightful, and thank you participants for the engaging discussions. All right. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the time for the man of the hour. Thank you. Thank you for the clap and the confettis in the air. The MCs love confettis in the air. If it's in the face-to-face session, we would love a big round of applause, because that's what keeps us going. Thank you. And again, we are going to listen. We are going to give our utmost focus, attention to our second keynote speaker, who will bring a fresh perspective to today's conference. It is my honor, indeed, it is my honor to introduce a distinguished speaker whose insights promise to further enrich our discourse. He will be delivering an address entitled Elok Kain, Elok Raginya, Elok Pemimpin, Elok Lakunya, offering reflections that resonate deeply with leadership values and conduct. In line with the title, it is most fitting that we honor the spirit of these sessions in our national language. Dengan segala hormatnya, izinkan saya memperkenalkan jemputan ucap tama kedua pada hari ini. Tapi sebelum itu, saya nak check mic ready, Datuk Hashim. Okay, izinkan saya membaca biografi beliau ya. Yang berbahagia, Kapten Besara Dr. Professor Emeritus Dr. Hashim bin Yaakob merupakan tokoh ilmuwan ulum yang telah menabur bakti secara meluas dalam lanskap pendidikan tinggi negara. Beliau ialah mantan Knight Chancellor Universiti Malaya yang ke-8, menyandang jawatan tersebut dari 31 Mac 2003 hingga 31 Mac 2006. Setelah menamatkan perkhidmatan cemerlang di Universiti Awam Tertua Negara, sumbangan kepimpinan beliau diteruskan di pelbagai institusi pengajian tinggi swasta. Beliau seterusnya telah dilantik sebagai Knight Chancellor di Universiti Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, University College of Nursing, Petaling Jaya, Kuala Lumpur Metropolitan University College, Quest International University Perak, dan Meritus University Malaysia di Kuala Lumpur. Dalam dimensi kepakaran profesional yang berbahagia, Dato' ialah seorang profesor dan pakar perunding yang amat disegani dalam bidang penyakit dan perubatan mulut. Keilmuan beliau diiktiraf di peringkat antarabangsa melalui penganugerahan kelayakan-kelayakan akademik dan profesional yang amat berprestij. Beliau memulakan perjalanan akademik dengan memperoleh ijazah sarjana muda pembedahan pergigian dari University of Otago, New Zealand. Seterusnya menamatkan pengajian ijazah sarjana sains dari University of London, United Kingdom. Kepakaran beliau dalam bidang patologi mulut dan pergigian diakui oleh badan-badan profesional terkemuka dunia. Beliau dianugerahkan Fellow of the Royal College of Pathologists dari United Kingdom, Fellow of the Faculty of Oral Pathology, Royal College of Pathologists of Australasia, Fellowship in Dental Surgery of the Royal College of Surgeons of England, serta Fellowship in Dental Surgery of the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Glasgow. Selain itu, beliau juga merupakan member of the Institute of Biology serta Chartered Biologist dari United Kingdom. Di peringkat nasional, sumbangan beliau kepada kemajuan sains negara diiktiraf melalui penganugerahan Fellow of the Academy of Sciences Malaysia. Melengkapi keluasan wawasan beliau, yang berbahagia Datuk turut memiliki diploma pengajian Islam dari Universiti Islam Antarabangsa Malaysia. Di samping kecemerlangan dalam bidang akademik dan perubatan, beliau juga turut berkhidmat sebagai pegawai dalam pasukan tentera laut Diraja Malaysia berpangkat kapten. Sifat beliau sebagai seorang tokoh yang multidimensi terserlah melalui kecintaan beliau yang mendalam terhadap seni dan budaya warisan bangsa. Beliau bukan sahaja dikenali sebagai seorang penulis dan penyair yang produktif, malah seorang pelukis berbakat serta tok dalam ataupun puppeteer yang amat mahir dalam persembahan wayang kulit Kelantan. Yang berbahagia Datuk combines expertise in dentistry, academic leadership, military discipline, and cultural insight, making him a valuable contributor to the nation's knowledge and culture. Pucuk pauh dari seberang tumbuh melata di tepi titi. Jasa beliau menjulang terang, menerangi alam cendekiawati. We're truly honored to have him with us virtually today. Ladies and gentlemen, let us gracefully invite our esteemed keynote speaker to come up to the online screen to deliver his address. Dengan segala hormatnya, yang berbahagia Kapten Besara Datuk Profesor Emeritus Dr. Hashim bin Yaakob, elok kain, elok raginya, elok pemimpin, elok lakunya. Dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and greetings. Wah, itu pantun ya kalau di dalam adat istiadat Melayu, apabila dijual pantun maka mesti dibeli. Maka saya akan membelinya dengan kata-kata begini ya. Buah keranji di dalam puan. Ambil sebiji lalu disantap.
Ayo.
Sungguh jelita wajahmu puan. Burung yang terbang berhenti hinggap.
Aduh.
Jadi untuk kedua-dua puan-puan itu.
Mila,
Ya.
terima kasih Datuk Hashim.
Terima kasih. Jadi rakan panelis saya yang saya hormati, Profesor Dr. Janudin tadi bilang bahawa kita mesti ada jati diri. Maka saya dengan cepat dan segera mencari setanjak untuk saya pakai supaya saya lebih kelihatan berjati diri.
Kerana itulah Datuk sangat handsome, ganteng banget sih.
Terima kasih Bu. Dan juga rakan panelis nanti Dr. Gumawang Jati daripada Indonesia. Ya, saya tadi sangat-sangat beruntung dapat mendengar sarahan daripada Profesor kita, Profesor Janudin mengenai AI. Saya tak berapa faham sangat AI ini. Tetapi apabila mendengar sarahannya tadi, saya fahamlah sedikit-sedikit. Nanti kita belajar lebih daripada itu. Ya, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya mengucapkan terima kasih kepada UiTM yang mengundang saya pada pagi ini untuk bercakap sedikit tentang leadership. Saya juga adalah alumni daripada UiTM. So jadi UiTM itu adalah tempat yang saya mula-mula belajar, iaitu di dalam jurusan Form 6. Pada waktu itu ITM mempunyai Form 6 dan kami sekalian ini adalah orang-orang yang tidak berapa pandai, maka tidak dapat pergi untuk to go to the government Form 6. So Tun Arsha Ayub brought us into ITM. So they give us a second chance. And Arsha Ayub said, this is your second chance. Make sure you do it well. And then I remembered that. And we studied hard, and we regretted our playfulness during the earlier years. So finally, we became what we became today. And thank you very much for Tun Arshad Ayub. Now then, the leader. Let us talk about the leader. The leader is the most important person in any organization. Yes, because he is the one who will lead his institution or his organization to somewhere else. Either he leads it to somewhere better or he leads it to somewhere worse. He is still a leader. So therefore, hopefully that we have leaders who will lead us to a better place. Yes. And once we have that sort of person, he will not only keep the shop just status quo from day to day, from day to day. Now he must make sure that the place that he leads, the shop, the organization, the institution, into some other places, into some new place, which is going to be better than what it was before. Now the leader must make decisions. We know sometimes that there are leaders who never make decisions, who could never make decisions, but leaders must make decisions. He must make decisions after consulting people who are in the know, so that whatever decisions I make is the best decisions at that time. It may be found wrong later on, but it doesn't matter as long as at the time of the decision making, it is the best choice that you ever got. All right. Things change. Things do not remain static. Right. Do not fall into the situation where you go hunting, for example, and there was a duck flying there, and then you aim, and you aim to shoot the duck, but you keep on aiming and aiming, but you never fire. A leader who is like that cannot make any decisions. So therefore, he will not move his institution to anywhere because he does not make decisions. In other words, when you aim at a certain thing, you must make sure you fire so that the product that will come along with it will be something to be had. Now then, the leader should be inspirational. A leader should be looked up at, and he should be a source of inspiration for the people whom he lead. Now, how does he do it? He must set the pace. People do not know where to go, and people like to be led. So the leader sets the pace, and the leader decides what to do, and the leader strategizes. He is the master of strategy. Yeah. And he must believe in the future. He must believe in the strategies that he makes. If he doesn't believe in the strategies that he makes, he will not go anywhere else. And then he must also help the people whom he leads to believe in themselves. So therefore, summary, he sets the pace. He believes that what he sets in has got a future in it, and he must make the people whom he leads believe in themselves so that they can, at the end of the day, will find success in whatever they are doing. Yeah. Now then, it is all right that far. For Asia, is that okay? Do you hear it very clearly? Yes, I'm very worried because I never
Yes,
like
clearly,
going
Dato'.
online. Clear, yeah? Because when going on the line, sometimes the line just go off and then we
You
lose
can show off
our moment.
you can show off to your generation that, see, I'm at this age, I can do online. So,
Oh,
you know,
yes. Thank you very much. You see, this is why I said just now that burung yang terbang berhenti hinggap. Because Puan mempunyai kebijaksanaan yang pada waktu ini rasanya pada waktu ini
Alhamdulillah.
tiada tandingannya. Now, if you want to be a
Quran.
leader, everybody can be a leader if they want to, provided that they follow a certain norms for a leader. First, he must be a strategist. A leader is not a manager. He is a leader who strategizes, who makes strategies, and he tells his followers where to go, how to do it. Yeah. And he will be the person who will decide where the institution will go to. The rest are followed by his managers, his staff, and so on and so forth. Jadi dia adalah orang yang engineer the future. He engineers the future. Without him, without a leader, any institution cannot really move forward as fast or as required to be successful. Now, two, once he strategizes, he must make it happen. If he says, today we must publish 100 books in a year, he must make it happen. There's no point saying, we shall produce 100 books per year, but does not do anything to make sure that it produces 100 books. So the leader, what the leader must do is that dia mesti bikin apa yang dia kata. He is a man of his word, so that people will believe in him, orang percaya pada dia, yakin pada kebolehannya, maka yang mengikutinya, orang yang dipimpinnya itu akan bersemangat untuk menjadi lebih baik daripada kalau tidak mempunyai leader yang baik. Now, making strategies happen. Whenever you say, let us make the strategies happen. How do we make the strategies happen? That he is concerned with getting things done. He is always concerned with getting things done. How do we do it? He will tell you what to do with his company of people. Now, we were talking about engineering the future. Yeah. Now, he answers to the questions of where are we going from here? If you are the vice chancellor of a university, any particular university, doesn't matter. You must have your strategy. You must have your vision that will be achieved in a few years' time. And then how to achieve your vision? It is through your objective, through your mission. Yeah, those are the things that are very, very important. You are creating, as a leader, you are creating a future. You are creating a future which will be better than today. But then you must set up goals. You must have goals. The goals must be specific. You see, it is no point having goals which are multiple because you can't do anything, you can't focus on it so that it becomes successful later on. So it must be focused. Kalau mau jual es krim, jual es krim. Bermacam-macam es krim, jangan dicampur dengan benda-benda yang lain if you really want to have a specific goal. And then it must be measurable. Jangan mengharapkan kalau tidak ada kapal terbang, mau terbang ke langit. No, it is not measurable. So you must measure your capacity. So it must be measurable. It must be reasonable. You punya goals, so it must be reasonable. And then it must be time specific. In how many years, in how many months should we get the result out of this strategy? You must have this. So therefore, in summary, then the goals must be very specific indeed. must be measurable, must be reasonable, must be time specific. Tidak guna kalau we set out to do a certain thing and we do not have the time when we could complete it. You know, all of you are in academia, I suppose, many of you. If it is set that you should complete your PhD in 3 years, that is called time specific. So complete it within plus minus 3 years. Okay, that. Now then, make the strategy happen, makes decision, the leader makes decision, and he cannot do it all by himself. So he must have things called delegation. He must delegate his work to people whom he know could perform the job. No point delegating to someone who doesn't know how to do the job. All right. He, as a leader, I could delegate, empower. Empower is the word which is magical. Empower. Because man, any man can't do anything by himself. He may be the leader. He may be the engineer who engineers the future. He is the strategist. But then when it comes to executioning it, yeah, he is the executor, bukan executioner, yeah. He is the executor of his plan, of his strategies. He must make sure it's done. Now, but we must have a team. Teamwork is so important. We talk about team. We talk about team all the times. I think this is very, very common indeed. But what sort of team do we have? What sort of team? The team must be able to work closely with that leader. Yeah, there will be arguments. There will be discussion. It doesn't matter because each time you argue, each time you are putting your best ideas forward, it is for the better of the institution. I mean, I have led a few universities in my life. I have always welcomed, I have always welcomed the proliferation of ideas. And whenever a person tells you that we should be doing this, we should be doing that, and so on and so forth, never ever, as a leader, say nonsense. I have seen some leaders who, when they disagree with the opinion which is brought by their juniors, they would say nonsense. Never say those things because it discourages people. It will discourage people from giving their ideas, from cooperating, from trying to meet the place. Keep that ideas which are proliferating from your staff, and then assess it later. Assess it later. All right. If you have got many ideas, you choose from it. If you have 100, you are able to choose from it the best that you think. But if you have only one, which is your own idea as a leader, I do not think that is going to be very, very good indeed at the end of the day. So therefore, I always like this song about leadership, about teamwork, which I learned many, many years ago in primary school. And this is something which is row, row the boat. Siapa ingat lagu ni? Row, row the boat gently down the stream. Nah, Puan Asia, sambung.
Gently down the stream, merrily, 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 life's about a dream.
All right, that is very good enough. I am just marking time. I'm just waiting time because I don't have very much to say. Now, merrily, merrily down the stream, leadership. Thy name is team. So, what is leadership? Is this teamwork. So, row, row the boat gently down the stream, merrily, merrily, merrily. You must be merry. If you are not merry when you are leading, you won't lead. Leadership, thy name is team. So teamwork is very, very important indeed. Right. Now you have got, what you have got just now? You have got strategist. If you are a leader, you are a strategist. And two, you must execute whatever you have strategized. Yeah. And then what do? You don't live alone in your institution. You must engage your staff talents. You see, in a university, in any association, in any organization, staffs are made up of various people with various talents. Some knows how to put a screw in, some knows how to do all sorts of things. Now you must engage their talents. You must find out what are the talents of each of your staff and then give the tools for them to improve their place. Give them the tools, right? If a person is very good at a certain research subject, for example, build him a lab or give him some thing for him to enhance his specialty. Leaders who do not care, leaders who do not know about the talents of their staff will not be able to bring the organization to a higher position because you are not making use of your staff talent. Yeah, you must engage your staff talents and helping. When you do this, you are helping people develop themselves. And when your staff are able to develop themselves at their workplace, it is actually for the organization's good. It is good for the organization. What skill is required, for example, when you are engaging your staff? What are the skills that we need at this moment, for example, in our institution, right? And when you have got talents who are interested, they may have some hobbies which probably they would like to develop. Yeah, things like, I don't know what you like, but if someone likes painting, for example, give him the opportunities, give him the facilities for him to expand the facilities. I remember in my years of um, service in the government universities as well as in the private universities, people came to me and asked, we are very good at this. We are very good at that. We are very good at this. So what do we do? Then we will find whatever we can, whatever resources we can to really enhance their talents. I think that is a very good thing. Then you build the next generation. Build the next generation. If you are a leader today and you do not build the next generation to take over, who will take over? Yes, there will always be someone who take over, but would he be prepared? Have we prepared him for the work which is very big, which is new to him, right? Now, I wish when I became the Vice Chancellor so many years ago that I was groomed to be, so that when I sail into that position, I would more or less know. But when I became the Vice Chancellor, I had to learn the ropes. I didn't know where the rope starts, where it ends. I had to learn. It took me some time before I came to know about what it is all about to become a naive chancellor or vice chancellor. So I think grooming the next person, you don't just groom one, choose 10, choose 20, all right? And build them, groom them so that they are prepared to take over. Otherwise, a new man who has never had any experience come in, and he will spend 1 year trying to learn the ropes end. And then what happens? He would have wasted another year, 1 year, right? Now, human capital development, pledging to build talent for the next generation. That's it. That is a good thing. And the last one, which is the fifth one, is always the leader himself. It is always the leader himself. What do you mean by that? It is what the leader knows, what he does, and who he is. It's very important, I think. Yeah. Now, as that, I would say a leader should learn, if not all, some of it, the 6 characters of a good human being or a good leader. And this you can read it quite easily from the Josephson Institute of Ethics. Number 1 is trustworthiness. There is no substitute for trustworthiness. When the person who you lead trusts you, he will give all, he will give more, he will give you extra miles in his work towards the development of the institutions. Piramli kata, kalau sungguh bagai dikata, badan dan nyawa saya serahkan. This is true. I trusted the late Professor Diraja Unku Aziz when I was the Dean of Dentistry in 1987. You can calculate my age now. I became Dean in 1987. We
You're
trust
25,
him.
right?
Pardon?
You're still 25, right?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. I will give you another pantun after this. Yes. Thank you very much. Now then, trustworthiness. Now, trustworthiness is not the only thing which involves trust. It also involves honesty. When a person is trustworthy, he is honest. You must be honest. You must be truthful. And you must be sincere. Sincere. Truthful and sincere. That's honesty. Integrity. Integrity is the other one, which is very, very important. A person who is having integrity do not have self-interest. They do not have self-deception. And they do not have self-protection against things which they don't like. And they do not, of course, basic important thing is self-righteousness. Self-righteousness is something very bad in leadership, because if you only have self-righteousness attitude, then the rest are all not right. So integrity, yeah. Reliability. Is this important? It is, because in reliability, if you are reliable, I remember when Hang Jebat Manderhaka, when Hang Jebat in the old Malacca days rebelled against the Sultan, and the Sultan called back Hang Tuah to fight Hang Jebat. The Sultan gave him a kris called Pamong Sari. But Hang Jebat has Tameng Sari. Tameng Sari makes a person who holds it invincible. So Hang Tuah looked at the kris and he said, he was looking whether he was examining the kris, whether the kris is reliable to go and challenge Hang Jebat. So he said, usahakan untuk melukakan Jebat, untuk menghampirinya. Belum tentu lagi. Loyalty? Loyalty is very important. You know. People must be loyal to the institution. But when they are loyal to the institution, basically, they are loyal to the leader. If the leader will look after them well, then of course the people whom they lead would be loyal to them. Nothing is worse than being a leader and the staff and the workers under that leader is not loyal to him, they will find ways and means to just do something which is not productive, not positive. Respect. Respect is the other one which is very important in a leader. No, a leader will prohibit through respect violence, humiliation, manipulation, exploitation. Yeah. So you respect everyone. So therefore you don't exploit people. You don't exploit your subordinates. You do not manipulate the subordinates. So you get what you kue itu mengikut acuannya. Kalau itulah acuannya, begitulah kuenya. Yeah. Then respect for people reflects civility, decency, courtesy, autonomy, and tolerance. Yeah. Now, the other one. Number 3, responsibility. When a person is responsible, he is accountable. For whatever he does, he is accountable. And he is a very responsible man. And he has self-restraint from doing the bad things. Of course. Because he is responsible for his job. So he doesn't do anything which is negative. And then the important thing, I think, is pursuit of excellence. If you're a leader, you cannot just be just keeping the joint just like that. You must strive for excellence. Strive for excellence. I must tell you a very simple example of how we tried our very best to strive for excellence. In 1987, when someone was the dean of dentistry at that time, it was in its infant stage. But each time visitors come to the faculty, all they brought back after the visit was that this faculty is not up to it, not up to it. And finally, the dean decided that this faculty should be recognized by people, not only in the country, but then overseas too. So what did he do? What did he do? What does a leader do so that he will be able to say to his fellow men that his faculty that he leads is good, or his organization that he leads is good? What he did was to get other people's opinion, other people's good opinion of his university or faculty and that. So where do you go? You go to the august body of your profession. Go to the august body, highly respected by the profession, and get the recognition. Once you get the recognition, then you are done. It means that you are recognized by the world. Yeah, that you are running something which is very good. Then fairness. A leader must be fair. I don't need to say anything about fairness, because if a leader is not fair, then he will look only after his own men. He doesn't look after other people's men. That is not a leader. A leader should be practicing fairness to everyone, regardless of anyone. And then caring. Caring is the heart of leadership. You must care if you are a leader. Whether he is in opposition or whether he is with you, you must care, because you are the leader. You are not the leader of your group. You are the leader of the people. Whether he agrees with you or not agreeing with you, you must have that caring attitude. Yeah. Then citizenship. I think about citizenship. Don't have to say anything very much about citizenship, simply because we live in a country where we are bound by our rules and regulations, constitutions, and so on and so forth. So therefore, we must stick to it. If we don't like it, we change it. We change it if we don't like it. Yeah. Now, I have this saying, by this man. He says, if the best of me can make more of you, then the best of you will reflect on me. I like that statement because that is a statement of a leader. If the best of me as a leader can make more of you, then the best of you will reflect on me. I said, it's not mine. I got that quotation from somewhere. I don't know where did I get it. Okay then. We rest that for a while, for 1 minute or so, for me to gather my thoughts. Now, there are 3 types of leaders, I think, maybe more, but let us talk about 3. 3 types of leader, 3 types of leadership. One is role power. 2 is relationship power. And 3, knowledge power. If you are a leader by role, you are the vice chancellor. You are appointed to become a vice chancellor. Your role as a vice chancellor is because you were appointed by them. And the relationship, apa itu, the role power, do it because I am the boss. That is the role power of a leader, punya characteristic. Do it because I am the boss. People will do, but they will not do well. They will not do more. They will not go extra mile. It is better if you are in the role power to say, if you find somebody is not doing well, just say, let us talk about it. Let us talk about it. Right? Let us talk about what you are needing. Okay? Or when you feel that someone is doing well, give a little praise. Good job. Pat him on the shoulders, and people will be very, very aspired because of that. And then I think role power cannot beat this thing called relationship power. If you're a boss, you should have good relationship with your staff. I don't think anything beats that relationship power of a leader compared to the role power. But again, if you want to get better, go to the knowledge power. If you are a leader full of knowledge, you know many things, then combine it with relationship power, then you are a very good leader indeed. You have the knowledge, you have the relationship with your staff, that combines together, you can become a very excellent leader indeed. Now then, we come to the title of the lecture today, which is Elok Kain, Elok Tepinya. Elok kain, elok raginya. Elok pemimpin, elok akhlaknya. Akhlak, elok pemimpin, elok akhlaknya. Dan elok pemimpin, eloklah institusinya. Itu yang sebenarnya yang saya nak cakap pada hari ini, i.e. a person will have to be a leader sometimes. If you, any one of us here, aspires to lead, because people have got to be led. People are dying to be led. So these are the criteria, I think, simply, which I have believed in, the 5 principles of a leader, and then added in with this akhlak thing. The akhlak will have got to be immaculate. Tiada akhlak, gone. This is why we find sometimes there are chaos in any institution, in some institutions, because first, the leader does not stick to what should be doing according to positive things which I have just narrated just now, plus the akhlaq is lacking. What is akhlaq in English? What is akhlaq in English?
Deeds,
Can you help me?
deeds,
Pardon?
deeds, D-E-E-D. Deeds.
Yes, deeds. Perhaps I would add actually good deeds, yeah? Positive deeds, you're right. So akhlaq is good. Akhlaq is not only good, but akhlaq is needed. How do you lead a country? How do you lead an institution? How do you lead anything? How do you lead your family, for example? Only a family. If your akhlaq is bad, akan runtuh lah. Segalanya kalau akhlak itu tidak baik, ya. Now I have how many more minutes? Not many more minutes, yeah. Left for me.
Roughly 15 minutes.
Lovely, 15 minutes, good. I'm very happy because, I have
We do
nothing
have
else to
question
say.
and answer. No, there's a
Yes,
lot of
I
people
have
want to
no
ask
question
questions
and
right
answer.
now.
So finally, then, in the next 15 minutes, I would like to stop here and I would like to give a pantun also. Durian bunga selasih. Sekian, terima kasih. Thank you. So I am up for any questions now. Kalau boleh jawab, if I can answer, I will answer it. If I cannot answer it, of course, I will not pretend to know the answer, but I will try my very best to find the answer from people who know, from books, which will tell the answers. Thank you.
Ayam pencen, ayam selama. Alhamdulillah, sama-sama.
Ya Allah, pandainya. Ya. Sungguh pandai.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
You're saying something, Natasha?
Yeah, I was saying that sungguh pandai lah Puan. Saya jual pantun sikit saja, dia jawab dengan pantun yang bagus, iaitu pantun pendek. Are you a pemantun?
Alhamdulillah, national.
Alright.
National
Nanti
level.
satu hari kita adakan berbalas pantun antara universiti kita.
InsyaAllah. Puan, Ibu Maisa, ada mau ditanya apa-apa soalan? I saw you raise your hand, Ibu Maisa, dokter dari Indonesia. Silakan, Ibu Maisa.
Can
Kita
you
lanjut
hear my
ke
voice?
question answer ya. Yes,
Can you hear
clearly.
my voice?
Alhamdulillah,
Okay.
audible.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum, everybody. Good afternoon.
Waalaikumsalam.
Selamat siang.
Selamat siang. I am Ibu Maisa from Unswagati, Universitas Swadaya Gunung Jati, Cirebon, Indonesia.
UGJ ya, dari UGJ ya.
UGJ, that's right, Ibu.
UGJ.
Thank you. Well, actually, I was very, what is it called? Happy to have this kind of conference, and also the topics is really interesting. The first is about AI, and then the second is about leadership. But actually, I am in the middle of that kind of criticism. Is it okay? But I think it is more related to the second speakers, Mr. Prof. Hasim, how are you? I hope you are enjoying my discussion today. Well, you say to me that every person is a leader, right? That we are now educators. So what do you think in this digital era where the tremendous advanced technologies like blooming and buzzing everywhere. So how could we be as a leader educator to what the first speaker said, more humanistic should be? I mean, what kind of role? Because, Sophia AI robot has already born, and even she had the identity card from Arab Saudi. But Sophia said that there is no one could replace teacher. So I'm believe in that statement that there's no one AI or robot can replace teachers. But me as educator, I'm thinking of actually how should be we in front of our of our students, and how could be teachers be more empowered or more powerful person to empower our students. I'm thinking about the one of psychological, what is it called, aspect, because my dissertation is about empowerment, is the personal growth, Prof.
Yeah.
Is that the thing that the personal growth should be one of the main role or the main goal of our educating or what is it process? So what do you think? Actually, I'm having more and open minded from you, Prof. What should we do then?
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you very much. I have always been practicing teladan. Whenever we want to impress on people, we must show that we have the teladan. Teladan yang baik, maka orang akan mengikutnya. I used to speak at schools to the young children in the villages who are very poor indeed. And I used to motivate them not through the readings of books, because I think it is more effective through your own experience. For example, I spoke about how good behavior, how hard work, how thankfulness to God will bring us to a better place. So saya punya prinsip senang saja. Kalau dari enggak ada rupa, enggak ada harta, maka carilah rupa, carilah harta. Ya. Kalau mau, kita ajarkan kepada anak-anak kita. Kalau mau itu seribu daya. Kalau tidak mau, seribu dalih. So when I was, let me tell you about my story, since I think it is relevant to this. You see, I grew up from a parent who never went to school. Of course, his wife never went to school too, because he never went to school. He couldn't marry a professor because he himself was an illiterate. His father before him was an illiterate, and his father before him, his father before him, his father before him, since time immemorial. So he said to me, we must go to seberang. Kita kena pergi ke seberang. Bukan ke Indonesia tau. Pergi ke seberang daripada tidak ada apa kepada ada apa. Daripada hina kepada mulia. Daripada sakit kepada kesehat. Meaning going to the better place. He said, you must do it. And there was an advice from an illiterate person. And I remembered that if I do not work hard, if I do not take stock of my own difficulty, that we have nothing, then we will have nothing. So my father just said, get on from here. And finally, I became a literate, not like my mother and not like my father. And then, of course, the generations after me, my children and so on and so forth, and my cucu and so on and so forth, would not be illiterate anymore because the grandfather is a literate person. So saya rasa itu saja dan jawapan saya. Maybe my answer was not really what you are asking for. Is that right? Is that okay with my answer? Or do you want me to say some more?
It's answerable. It's answerable. You post about the characters and also about the ahlak, and I do agree about that, Prof.
I must tell you about
It's
certain
censorable.
thing. Yeah, one more thing. Thank you very much. You see, my mother
Excuse me.
one day pointed, to the hill, and he said to me, "What do you see on the hill?" And I said to her, "I see many, many trees, thousands and thousands of trees. What else do you see, my son?" And this is an illiterate mother asking me. I said, "I don't see anything anymore." He said, "Do you see a few trees?
Well, that's actually the real
The
pedagogy.
height
Yeah.
is the height is reaching the awan, the sky. Nampakkah kau ada
Yeah.
pohon-pohon yang tingginya mengawan?" I said, "Yes, I can see that on top of the hill." Then my son, "Be that tall tree." I think that was the thing that made me went to school, study hard, and became a little successful in my studies. But if my mother had not said, "Be that tall tree, my son, don't be like any other trees where people don't even see you, can't see you," then you will be just like anybody else.
Rumaisa, I guess he is using his personal growth
I know,
to
that's
make us
right. That's kan Ibu
understand. Yeah,
Asia. That's right. That's right. That is the personal growth of the, you said illiterate mother, but that's actually the point of the pedagogy, right? It
yeah.
cannot be replaced by
The-
AI, right?
yeah, this is what that cannot be replaced by AI, and this is what every instructors or lecturers or docents should have, because students, even though they are engulfed with AI every day, they do want that human touch. And in my personal experience, when we share this kind of touch, this kind of story, the values or the personal growth, like what Professor Hashim had mentioned just now, it made them feel more human and closer to you in wanting to learn more, not just about the content of that course or the program that they're studying, but also developing themselves as a human. So that is the one that we are filling in the gap where AI can never do that. So
Yeah, I also think when Professor Januddin said that have jati diri, I I I usually look, I usually use the beauty of the language, especially Malay language, to inspire people. You know, there is one poetry which I wrote um, about my wife. Would you like to hear that?
sure, you still have about roughly 4 minutes.
I have a few minutes.
Yeah,
You see, I was
for
never.
you. Come on.
Thank you very much. I was never a romantic person, so you know, I was.
With that
I was
tall bangle on your hand, you are romantic.
Please,
With that
please
well.
tall
recite the
bangle
poem
on your
You know
hand.
this. You know this bangle here.
Yes, I've been noticing since you came in.
I will
So
not
please
tell you
take the
how
floor.
I got this bangle, but then what I can tell you is that, you know, I was non-romantic at all. I never call, I never address my wife as honey, darling, or anything like that.
Well, that is not how
I was
romantic
terrible, you
is.
know.
Romantic is a spectrum. Romantic is a
Yeah,
spectrum. It cannot be denominated by just I love you or honey mushy thingy. There's also
yeah,
other
okay. I
gestures.
didn't.
Okay,
So I
silakan.
use, I,
Everybody is so
I use,
eager to hear your
I
puisi.
use a
Come on.
poetry for her. So I said, Sanjung pujiku kekasihku. Kekasihku is already my wife. I call him kekasih. Sanjung pujiku kekasihku. Tidak bisa kau dengar kalau kau pasang hanya telinga. If you are trying to listen to me, tidak pernah. Coba kekasihku, kau suluh dengan lampu matamu dari hujung kalbu pada wajahku. Pasti kau temu cintaku setinggi awan biru.
Wow.
Sampai pun hujung waktu, tak akan hakis cintaku. Coba kau suluh dengan lampu matamu dari hujung kalbu pada wajahku. Pasti kau temu hutangku padamu seluas laut biru. Sampai pun hujung waktu, takkan terbayar aku. And then selepas saya karang
Bravo!
puisi itu,
Wee-wee.
selepas saya baca puisi itu, my wife loved me more, and then we live happily ever after.
I guess now
That
you're
is the
changing.
beauty of
You're
good
changing the
sport.
landscape. Nobody wants flowers anymore. Everybody wants poetry after this.
Oh, I hope so.
Nggak ada
Flowers.
lagi yang mau rose merah. Nggak ada lagi yang mau rose merah. Pastinya mau puisi dari kayak itu. Kayak
Yeah.
Datuk
Okay.
Hashim.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we do have one. We do have one from our strategic partner, from our MOU partner in Guangxi Minzu Normal University, from Mr. Frank Huang. Greetings from Guangxi Minzu Normal University, China. Thank you, Datuk, for such a wonderful and insightful sharing. You are really a highly experienced university leader. May I ask, from the perspective of a university VC, what expectations and advice do you have for faculty deans and heads of university departments? Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. The university dean, let's talk about the dean. The university dean is a leader of his deanery, the leader of his faculty. Being a leader, you must aspire, you must show that you yourself is doing the things which you preach. Like, for example, the university said the faculty of dentistry must publish papers, you must do CSR, you must be very friendly with your students, you must look after them, you must look after your staff. So what I did was, I said to them, at the end of 1 year, this faculty will publish 20 books. And I was the one who published the book first. And I said to them, if I can do it with my very heavy administration, teaching also, you can do it better than me. They were very happy and they did it. And then, of course, I go to the ground. I mix with my students. I'll ask them, what is your problem? Are you happy? Are your teachers teaching you well? Are your teachers very helpful? And then I'll go to the lecturers themselves. Are you happy? Are you able to do what you are supposed to do because you have enough facilities? And they will say, you know, we are quite happy, but we don't have this, we don't have that, we don't have this. So your job will be to go and canvass for all the things that which you do not have with your vice chancellor or your rector. Because the dean is a leader. The dean can only do a certain thing, but he must do to the fullest he can do. And then I said to my people, you are going to be dental surgeons. You are going to be doctors. You are going to be anything, engineers. But you must have soft skill. You have to have soft skill. What good is a doctor if he cannot even speak nicely, politely, and so on so on to his patients? What good it will be? It will be no good. So what you need to do is soft skill. How you address people, how you are going to be polite to your patients and to your friends and to your staff. You must learn all these things. So therefore, we learn it from the people who are in the fields, people from uh, uh, people from Professor Asia and her friends and so on and so forth. I attended, and then I said to myself, my staff are made up of Chinese, Indians, any other races, and any other religion. So you won't believe it. I enrolled myself at the University Islam Antarabangsa, and I did a diploma in comparative religion. So I understood everybody's religion just to have respect for them. Of course, I'm not as good as them, but knowing it, I know what are their sensitivities. So therefore, I will not step onto their sensitivities. And I don't expect them to do it to me either. So therefore, our muhibah, our unity will be enhanced. See, my eyes have gone very wide now because unity is the essence of living in a multicultural country, especially. So even if you are unilateral, you must still have got unity. You mustn't fight each other. I mean, today it is a sad world because people fight. People fight. The bigger powers are bullying the small powers, and so on and so forth. This is why I used to like the time when there were two bullies. During my young days, there was this big power, where if we are being bullied by the first power, we go to the second power, and if and was vice versa. So there was Cold War. There was no real war. No bombs were being dropped on anybody else after a while because there is only Cold War, because there are two big powers. Today, I do not know whether there are still exist, but I don't think there are two big powers now. Saya dulu di sekolah kan, saya ada 2 orang bully, big bullies in my school. So I went to the second big bully, so I was not bullied because the other chief bully didn't dare to bully me because I was protected by the second bully. So there was peace in the school. I hope in the whole world here today also it is the same. There are only cold wars and not real war that destroy people, destroy
Yeah.
everything. Sad.
Sad. But the spirit that you have will be carried on. The legacy that you have will be pushed forward. I'll bring
Thank
that.
you
I'll
very
make
much.
a personal promise to you. Izinkan saya?
Ya, silakan.
Tidak molek jika dibuka tidak ada tutupnya. Maka saya mohon dengan izin Datuk Bendahara untuk patih menutup sesi ini sedikit dengan satu rumusan pendek.
Silakan.
Izinkan saya. Terima kasih.
Silakan Datuk.
Alhamdulillah. Everybody, fellow audience, respected guests, and everybody here online with us or probably outside here face to face with us in this building. The person in front of you, the figure in front of you right now is indeed magnanimous character, magnanimous persona. That is the word that I actually, this is not scripted. This is coming from my heart, yeah. This is spontaneous and coming from my heart. So you better sit back and listen very carefully.
I'm going to sit back now. I'm going to listen.
Yeah, because this is not scripted. This is coming from my heart and my observation. So everybody, the person in front of you is actually a magnanimous person, a figure who talks his walk and who also walk his talk. And he defines everything in his leadership. And saying this, I'm tearful. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. But saying this, I'm tearful because you define leadership through your words, and you carry values in you that you live on, sharing it with us today on international platforms. 10 countries are looking at you, as far as I know, but if there are more, I'm sorry if I fail to see. People at the international level are looking at you and listening from your stories, your personal growth that you had shared with us. And you have projected all those things in your words and in your talks, and it has been manifested in your lifespan career. And that is indeed something that we can take from you, where you have, I can't stop the tears from falling. I'm not sad. I felt it in my heart. Hang on a second. I felt it in my heart. Yes, Dr. Shamimi, I'll definitely highlight it. I felt it in my heart when you tell that stories. Okay, so you lived on that. You bring on that leadership with the values that you believe in since day one, and you manifest it in your conduct. And those years of being a VC, and being a VC is one thing, but being a human with that integrity is definitely something to be applauded for. So congratulations for having lived this long and for sharing it with us today. And I do have one pantun before I let you go, but I need to address one more from Dr. Muhammad Riza. Wish to ask a question, but make it very quickly. Please go ahead, Dr. Muhammad Riza.
Boleh, terima kasih.
Go ahead.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. It's going to be really short saja, Datuk. But before I ask you a question, I think I'm buying you pantun lah dulu. Harap pendek saja.
Selling,
Kain,
not buying, selling, bro.
selling, okay.
Ya, silakan.
Ah,
Kalau saya tak boleh
kain
jawab, Puan Aisyah akan jawab.
tak apa. Tak apa. Kain songkik tenunan sutera dipakai cantik si anak dara. Salam dihulur pembuka bicara. Mohon izin bertanyakan perkara. So,
Silakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Professor Dr. Dato' Hashim. First of all, it's very insightful punya sharing. I'm very, I can relate with most of the point that you highlighted just now about how important is leader as a strategist, how is leader is actually an engineer of the future. And also how important it is to execute empowerment. And first and foremost, you did highlight also about the important about akhlak and also integrity. So my question is just short saja, Dr. Asiah dan Professor Dr. Dato'. As you have been leading for so many years, ya Dato', throughout the years, I know you definitely try your best to incorporate all the values that you highlighted. But nevertheless, we do have these people who are disgruntled. We do have these people who are, we can call it kind of like opposition to the idea that we're trying to bring change into the institution or organization. So as you know, most of us is in the public institution. So we don't choose people. The staff, the members of the institution is already there. So we are not from private sector. If you dislike someone, you can just say, okay, you are terminated. I will replace someone. We can't do that. So you have to make do with the people already there. So how do you manage this situation when you have this all opposition, disgruntled? So hope to hear from you experience and sharing. Thank you so much. Thank you juga Dr. Asia. Itu saja daripada saya.
Thank you very much. I find that there is a very simple way of solving conflict. Yeah, if you're a leader, you must know how to solve this conflict. Number one, you must listen. You must not be defensive. Listen to the other side, their points, and so on and so forth, and then come for a discussion. I remember when I first became a DVC, Deputy Vice Chancellor, there were demonstrations before I came in. And you see, the University of Malaya very famous for demonstrations, student demo. Okay? So what I did was, when they demonstrated, I came right into the midst of their demonstration. And the security guard said, Prof, you cannot go inside there. I said, why? They will pukul you, they will macam-macam lah, pukul you and hit you or kick you and things like that. But I said to the guards, I said, but you are around. You must protect me. So when I went into the mass of the demonstrators, half of them flee, half of them fled, lari. Rupa-rupanya orang-orang macam ni dia pengikut aja. Half of them were there. Then I said to the leader, I said, why are you demonstrating? Why are you demonstrating? They say, because we are not getting this, getting. But I said, then have you spoken to the officers in charge? Yes. Have you spoken to the head of the university? No. I said, you have not spoken to me. And how can you demonstrate already? Kalau di dalam rumah, I said to them, sebelum you berbincang dengan you punya bapa, you punya mak, you janganlah demonstrate. Jangan berkelahi. Go to the highest. And then if they don't give you what you mau, tanpa good reason, barulah boleh demonstrate. So I said, follow me to the hall. Let us go and discuss what is it that you want, what is it that you are not happy with. So they followed. They had 10 demands. 10. There's 5, there's 10. And then I gave them on the spot. Habis masa? I gave them on the spot 7 punya solution. And then I said, the other 3, I cannot answer you yet because I do not have information. Come back to me. Come back to this place, same time, same day to this place. I will tell you the other problems, the other 3. So in the following weeks, only 3 turn up. Only 3 people turn up, 3 or 4, because they were already satisfied. So my easy solution of a conflict like this, whether it is with students or whether it is staff, is actually see them, speak to them. Because they are part of you. Whether they are there before you came or not, just go and go to the ground.
Address, kan? Confront.
Address. And people want to be listened. Kan?
Okay.
And this is what negotiations is all about. So I never had any problem when I became a VC at UM. After becoming the deputy VC, I never had any demonstration after that because I told them, if you are not happy with anything, come and see me after you have seen the other officers. Come and see me. So they came to see me. So macam itulah. Saya kan, bagi saya lah, if you are going to be a leader, you must not be blind to other people's problem. Sebab itu saya kalau waktu saya jadi VC dulu, kalau driver lori nak jumpa saya, I see him first. I give him first preference because driver lori, kalau dia nak jumpa kita memang dia ada problem. Tapi kalau you are a Tan Sri, nak jumpa kita bukan dia ada problem pun. Dia boleh sort it out themselves. Sendiri boleh sort kan. Ini driver lori tak boleh. You must help them.
Okay, so
macam juga your lecturer yang bawah-bawah tu, yang bawah tu, dia cannot solve it. Go and talk to them.
Yang tu kita buka session lagi satu, Datuk. Boleh? Kita buka session lain, talk lain.
Terima kasih Profesor Datuk.
Yes. Terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Definitely. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Riza. I apologize earlier for not seeing you raising your hand. However, this is for everybody, and also I tak jual pantun. I'm not selling this pantun, Datuk Hashim, but you listen carefully because this is specially for you, only for you to listen, not for you to buy, okay? Pergi belayar ke Pulau Mutiara, singgah sebentar di negeri seberang, bicara mutuan luhurnya kaya, InsyaAllah dikenang kami sepanjang jalan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody, for those insightful session, because we already have Dr. Gumawang Jati in line waiting, and definitely another fellow friend from Parayangan University, Umpar. So I'm going to allow my co-host, Lynn, over to you, baby. Silakan.
Okay, thank you,
Terima
Shah.
kasih, Professor. Datuk
Hashim for that.
Everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Hashim, for that inspiring session. Not only inspiring, but uplifting session, motivating one. Okay.
Thank you very much.
So now we are moving towards our third keynote address, Dr. Gumawang Jati. Before that, allow me to introduce our speaker. Dr. Gumawang Jati is a senior English lecturer, teacher trainer, and president of i-LEdHS, Indonesia Technology Enhanced Language Learning Association. With over 30 years of experience at Institut Teknologi Bandung, he has held key roles including head of the Language Center. His expertise spans English language teaching, teacher training, digital material development, and ICT in education. He has led major collaborations with organizations such as the British Council and Adaro Foundation, designing impactful national training programs. A highly sought-after plenary speaker, he actively shares insights on AI integration, large language models, and innovative technology-enhanced approaches to language learning. It is our honor to invite Dr. Gumawang Jati, Senior Lecturer at Universitas Katolik Parayangan, who will be joining us all the way from Indonesia, providing a global perspective on today's theme. The mic is yours, Dr. Jati.
Okay, thank you very much.
Ketemu lagi ya, Pak.
Ya, berjumpa lagi.
Hai Pak, maaf ya, saya ngambil macanya dikit tadi.
Oh, that's okay.
Nggak
No
apa-apa.
worries. It's a very good to hear leadership.
It's
in
good to
Era.
see you.
It's good to hear from a very senior person that's really respectful and also did a lot of things. So I really enjoy all of the session today. Thank you very much for inviting me. Today I'm going to start sharing my screen, I think. I'm going to talk very specifically on ELT. So we're going to do reimagining language and education in the age of AI. So basically, I'm going to talk about my story. As an old man telling story, it's a white gray hair like this and talking about AI is something a little bit odd about that. Should be a younger generation. Anyway, that's the title. So I will start with a question actually. If AI can write, and they can write now, they can speak, and they can explain, what left for a language teacher like us, like me? What's left for education? So this is a real tension actually that many of us already experiencing in our classroom. We worry that students will cheat and so on and so on. So the question is no longer what AI can do actually, but more on what is the role of education? AI is everywhere, inside the classroom, outside the classroom, in the workplace, and almost everywhere. But then what's the role of education? That's what we're going to look at within a short time. Now, education. We look at the current discussion about AI in education, we often see very limited perspective actually. AI as a tool, AI is efficiency, AI is more for automation and so on and so on. Then how can AI help us create material faster? That's what the lecturer and the teacher always ask question. How can AI create my students' writing more efficient? How can AI save my time? Yeah, that kind of questions. So because they do not address the questions actually deeper, then we have to do a lot of reflection. Yeah. This perspective, when we look at the faster, efficient, saving time, it's not sufficient. So we need to somehow to shift AI as a tool to make it faster and so on, to more epistemic disruption. In other words, AI is not just changing how we teach actually, but it's changing what knowledge is, how language works, and what it means to learn. If learning just finding the answer, then AI will take over that because AI is very quick in finding the answer. Is that the point of education? Yeah. So some key argument today is that AI is reshaping three fundamental dimensions: knowledge, language, and learning. And this changing the landscape of education. Yeah, maybe I'm not correct, maybe I'm wrong in this perception, but we can discuss around this area so that we can get a deeper perspective about AI. Now, step one. Traditionally, we understood that knowledge as something stable, something that exists in textbook, exists in expert, exists in institutions like universities, schools, and so on. Then students access the knowledge through teachers, through reading books. So mostly lecturers or teachers transmit the knowledge, and then the student will listen, take notes, and so on and so on. That's the old way of learning anyway. But now we are moving forward in a new reality. Knowledge is no longer something that we only receive. Not that. It is something that we can produce instantly by AI. It is something that AI also can produce some knowledge. The problem is the knowledge produced by AI correct, relevant, and so on and so on. For example, a student asks AI to explain climate change, for instance, then within seconds, they receive a clear, structured explanation. But the problem is that explanation may be not accurate, may be not complete, may be biased, and so on and so on. So the role of us, the role of education right now is more on evaluating the knowledge. If the students write a paragraph, for example, about something, then give it to the teacher, and then we correct the grammar and so on and so on. It's no longer just that, but we have to evaluate what's in it. Is it really you? Is it your voice saying this in your paragraph? Yeah. Shift number 2. That's from the language as a system. Traditional language has been viewed as a system, like a set of rules, grammars, vocabulary, correctness. But in the age of AI, language becomes something else. Language as a meaning-making practice. Language is no longer about correctness. It's about intention. So we should go deeper. It's about the context. It's about interpretation. It's about interaction. For example, when a student use AI to generate paragraph, like I said earlier, the question is no longer, is it grammatically correct? The real questions become, does this represent your meaning? Do you understand what is being said actually in your paragraph? Can you receive it, express your own voice? Yeah. So that's the shift in the language. The next shift probably is on the learning. Perhaps this is the most important, I think. Traditional learning has been understood as an acquisition. You acquire the knowledge. Students acquire knowledge, they store the information, then they reproduce it. Yeah. But with the era of AI, learning become different. Now learning is increasingly become more on interaction. Students interact with AI. Students interact with the content. That's the content is everywhere. Students also interact with the peers. And also students interact with ideas. So learning is not passive, it's more on dialogic. How we dialogue, how we use, how we talk to, in a quotation, to AI. So that dialogue, it's happening around us. For example, a student does not simply ask AI for an answer. They prompt, they got the answer, evaluate, then they might refine the prompt. They might question, is it really correct? They might compare responses. They might go from one AI to another AI using the same prompt, and then they compare that. So learning become a process of engagement, not just acquisition. They engage in something to acquire something. Then teacher, the role of the teacher. So what does it mean for us as a teacher? We are no longer providers of the knowledge. Of course, we still have to teach with a lot of support and so, but not only that, we become more on a guide. We need to guide our students in evaluating information, especially for generative AI. A lot of people think that generative AI is always correct. Generative AI, they learn from pattern. They cannot think like human. So what they produce is always something new, but it's based on pattern only and data that they have. So we have to guide and evaluate the information when we get it from, especially generative AI. Is it true? Is it not true? Because that's on the pattern. So we help them question the output of the AI. In the past, we guide students to find the answer. Right now, it's a little further. With the answer provided, then we have to evaluate them. Supporting them in constructing meaning, and that's difficult in that. Long process, yes, and so on. So developing critical judgment. Yeah. If we are teaching only to find the answer, AI will do it. If we teach and then just to find the summary, just understanding, that's AI can do. Yeah. Now, AI does not replace teachers. I agree with that. But then what we can say about this? In fact, in an AI-rich environment, the role of the teacher become more important because the AI will not disagree with the user. If the user is wrong, the AI will amend that. Oh yeah, we'll look at that as that's correct in a convincing way. So that's where the teacher comes. Yeah, we have to give guidance and judgment and wisdom. The role of the teacher become more important because they do not just need answers. They need guidance, they need judgment, and they need wisdom. For example, we mentioned here a little bit about global tension. Access inequality, for example, in this era. Transformation also create tension, awareness versus inequality, for example. Who has the access to AI tools? Who does not? What happened to those who are left behind? Not mentioning who has the tools, which data that they use so that they can produce a lot of things. It's the data from North America, from Europe, from China, from Southeast Asia. That's another thing, so that they got the pattern and so on. Yeah. So that's a create of tension. Then, and we look at the efficiency and depth. Allow us to work faster. Yes. Then you got more money when you work in the company. Okay. If you can cut number of human working in a company, you got more money. In education, is it always true that faster means better? Think about it. If they can solve the problem faster, the students solve the problem faster, are the students really thinking deeply? Think about that. If they use this tool, they got the correct answer in a very limited time, are they really learning? Or simply accepting convenient answers and agree with that and think, oh yeah, this is it, enough. Yeah. So education is not about speed. Education is not about efficiency. Education is about thinking in depth. So it's a little bit contradict with how we look at AI. AI help us efficiency, That's make our life easier. When something easy, then something helpful probably make us less thinking. So we might miss the thinking process a bit on that. That's why we have to reimagine, we have to redefine again, always question and do reflection what we should do in this area, what we should do in our class. Yeah. Another issue probably is globalization vs identity, local identity. AI system often promote dominant global language and also perspective because of the data. English is still dominant. The perspective, is it really global? Yeah. Look at around us right now. The pantun is very beautiful like that, and all of the dancing in South Asia is very, very multicultural and so on and so on. But when we look at the local culture, is it when we talk or teach a local culture, how can AI take a role, for example? What AI knows about our culture? Probably the data is not enough. Probably, and so on and so on, because we know that the data is from the internet and not a lot of data out there locally from a certain area, not only in Southeast Asia, but probably in Africa as well. What happened to local languages? If you play with AI, of course, they can speak Bahasa Malay, Bahasa Indonesia, yes. But then if we talk about Bahasa Bugis, do they know? Or look at Kelantan, they understand that. Yeah. Another crucial thing is local ways of thinking. AI, they don't think. They learn about pattern. They got the data from the West. Okay? They use English and also the way we think as Asian, the way we think, it's different with that. So, nanti kalau mengajar like writing email, for example, then we have to know ways of thinking of the person that we're going to send the email to. So, instead of in the past, if you're an English teacher like me, in the past, we teach, this is the template for writing email and so on and so on. If just the template, without any show, for example, in a business, that's okay, they can use AI. But if something urgent, something romantic, like Professor Hashim just mentioned about the pantun and so on and so on, local ways of thinking, maybe we have to be careful and again redefine how we use AI, meaning that we have to look at the AI openly, carefully, and again, and think about our local context, our local culture, our way of thinking as well. Yeah. Jangan sedikit-sedikit AI. I'm going to prepare my teaching, so I go to AI. Don't do that. Think first. What's the learning objective? What cultural point that I'm going to make? What's the local culture that I have to keep? And so on and so on and so on. Because we are not just teaching English right now. They can improve their English out there, a lot of material and so on and so on. Our role is a little bit shifted. Yeah. Look at the perspective of Southeast Asia, like us. We are multilingual, we are multicultural, and then we have to negotiate identity. Yeah, local ethnics. There are Chinese, there are Indians, there are Malay. In Indonesia, ada banyak lagi. There are many ethnic groups. We have to negotiate our identity a lot in the context of Indonesia. Yeah. Now, let's have a look at what happened in the classroom. TEL, technology enhanced language learning, in the past, the technology, it's I might say it's a paper. it's empty. Then we have to put the content inside that. For example, Google Classroom. The material, the teacher will put that in the Google Classroom. So using my or our judgment, this is good for my student. I put it there. I'm going to give a quizzes. Okay, I put it in the quizzes in the technology, put it there. So all of the materials that we're going to teach, that we're going to deliver, that we're going to use in our classroom, we have the authority to decide that. But then in the i-LEDHS, probably different. i-LEDHS, the technology become a partner in meaning making because they can speak. If you have a mobile phone, then you download, for example, application ChatGPT. You can speak to ChatGPT there. Yeah, but the answer is always, oh, okay, this pattern is always from North America. If you choose DeepSeek, then oh yeah, this also more like Chinese, yeah, because it's made in China. If you use Gemini, oh yeah, this is like Google. Yeah, that's very much depends on the data that they have. Okay, but again, that's become a partner in meaning making. That's become a partner. Oh yeah, they said this, then we have to, because we use ChatGPT. If we use this, that might say something else. Then what's the meaning? What's good for us, and so on and so on. Yeah. So it's not just putting things. We don't have the control of the AI. Yeah, because they can speak based on the pattern, very much depending on the form and so on. Now, become a dialogue partner or co-creator. What does it mean? This means that the student must learn how to interact with AI critically and responsibly. My advice to teachers is always, before you use or bring AI in your classroom, I think it's better you play, you talk, you interact with the AI first, so that you know the weaknesses, you know the positive, and so on and so on. Yeah. Then after that, you can give advice to your student how to use it. For example, prompting, basic prompting, then teachers should know, and also students should know. They have to know RCTS, for example. RCTS, R stands for role, so you have to give a role to the AI. Then you have to have a context. Then you ask question or you give tasks. Usually you just or student directly give tasks and then got the answer, and the answer is might not correct, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah. So basic things like that we have to play around, and then so that we can give advice to our student. That's become a co-creator for the teacher and also for the student. Before we teach, when we create materials, aduh, I don't have that much time. I want to do it quick, then you go to AI, just like that. But you always say to your student, do not use AI, yeah? Try to draw your draft first, then you add AI later, and so on and so on. It's very slippery. It's tempting because you want to do it fast. But again, educating and learning is not about speed on that. Become a dialogue partner, yes, but to talk about that, to brainstorm, just don't find the answer. Think about it. Yeah, that dialogic things, we have to talk and train our students so that they get used to it. I know that the students want to cheat in a lot of ways. My question to me, sebagai orang tua, when I learn English, the teacher will see the correct answer. Right now, it's no longer that. Yeah, so we have to think about that. Now, the principle. What should we guide the student, or how should we guide the student? Or so what the principles should guide us? I think first it's the pedagogy. Pedagogy first. Then come the AI. For example, I'm going to teach paragraph so that the student can produce a piece of writing on narrative. How should I do that? Maybe I will give the topic sentence first. Maybe I will give the model first, and so on and so on. Then, when that's fixed there, let's go to AI and say what happened when I use AI. Then we compare. So think about the pedagogy first. You're learning objective first. Know what to do first. Not just, okay, provide me a material for teaching level 6 or level 7, narrative paragraph. Give me the step. Okay, they got da, 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 da. Give me the answer key. Da, 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 da. Give me the worksheet. Of course, you will get everything. Is it good for your students? Then we have to do a lot of reflection. If I give this material to my student, is it pedagogically correct? They will think deeper or something else. So technology must serve learning, not the other way around. Yeah. Another one is critical engagement. Student must question, not just consume. Questions like, is it correct? Is it what I want to say? Is it really possible happen in Malaysia? Is it, and so on and so on and so on. So we have to put that in a context, question of the context. AI, they don't have context. They have global views on that. I did a little experience with my student in a creative writing. I said to my student, if the gravity stop except you, what will happen? Write in 3 sentences. Then the student write 3 sentences. Now, open your mobile phone. You can ask Gemini. You can ask ChatGPT. You can ask DeepSeek, whatever. Type from the questions from the AI the same question. If the gravity stops, then what will happen? Gemini said something else. ChatGPT said something else. DeepSeek said something else, but they have something in common. Learning on the pattern. Meaningless. The language of a machine come, no feeling, no personalized things. Yeah. So we have to be aware. That's lead to the ethical awareness. Bias, authorship, is it mine? Is it really reflecting my thought? Can I responsible with this writing? Because when we ask AI to help us in writing, then the authorship, the responsibility, if something happened, then it's on me. Yeah. So that's involves credibility as well. So that's the pedagogy that we are facing right now. Another one is about big idea that education is similar to human development in the AI world. Education is no longer about knowledge transmission, of course. It is more human development in an AI world. We have to do a lot of reflection. We think about it. We don't have the control of AI, what to say. AI don't say this, but say that. We cannot do that. So we need to be really critical and discuss a lot of things with peers and also with students. Now, what kind of human are we educating in the AI world? Everyone use AI. One, AI is a mirror. If the students are not fluent in English, for example, or their efficiency is not that high, atau boleh dibilang kurang mahir, they use AI. There are tendency, research say that there are tendency that they will drag down the competency. Bukan menjadi lebih pandai, tetapi menjadi lebih bodoh. If the proficiency and higher thinking as well very high, they use AI, probably, the research says, a lot of research said that the student will improve their English quicker. So we have to be aware about this. That's the world, that's the students that we are facing right now. So AI is a mirror, yeah, because they will never say no on that. Yeah, they just spot, they just agree with what we said on that. We cannot have argument and so on and so on. Yeah, and a lot of students, of course, they panic when you say don't open your mobile. Now we use pen and paper and things like that. Yeah, that's the students or the humans that we are educating right now. They are in a bubble of algorithm. Everything is easy. I want to listen to music. They use Netflix. A certain music, the Netflix using AI, then they know this is the music that you like. So the choice is very easy. Everything is I like that. It's not just the music. It's music. It's their shopping. It's their life is surrounded by bubble. The AI offer us a lot of nice things that we like. Tapi dalam pendidikan dibilang that's personalized. Wait a minute. It's an education about personalizing that's offered by AI. So think about that. Yeah, that's the world that we are facing right now. We are facing that kind of students that they live in a bubble, that they are a lot of dictated somehow in a quotation by AI. Yeah, so the role again, it's not just language trainer, not just a transmitter of knowledge, but we also a guidance. So make they aware of that. That's thank you very much. That's my email, and I'll be happy to discuss things about this random thinking about reimagining what happened in the class in the world of AI. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jati. We are preparing our students to the world that is non-existent, I think, because with AI, do you agree with that? I think, yeah, that's the and based on your speech just now, your topic just now, it reminds me of neuroplasticity. We humans, we have the capacity of neuroplasticity where AI doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And I think that is the special part of being human, right? AI is not capable of emotions and whatnot. We as the human should be in control of what we are trying to achieve and get, right? With the support from AI, with a lot of repetitions, we can create like a new neural pathways in our brain with the support of AI. And like you said, when we redefine, for example, I like the term you said, teacher as the epistemic item, not as a facilitator itself. We have to be beyond that in order to support this generation nowadays, right? And thank you so much for that really enlightening session just now, Dr. Jati. And me, I have one question for you. Can I ask you a question, Dr. Jati?
Yeah, sure.
One question, just this one simple sentence. What do you think? What is your takeaway about AI is corroding our students' critical thinking skills?
That's happening a lot. That's happening not just to teachers, okay, not to just students actually, but to me as well, to all of the teachers as well, to everyone actually, because that's efficient, because that's helpful, because that's easy. That's the key. And I want to prepare a lesson, for example, for my creative writing class. Then I don't have that much time. So I talk to ChatGPT right away. Then I usually think more on about how many students, who to ask these questions to. I got a set of questions. Okay, that's enough. I bring it in the classroom. That's it. So I don't think deeper about how if I ask this question to Samuel, for example, or to Terina, or to Aisyah, for example, about this. I I don't think that way because I'm happy having the
You
question.
just take a shortcut.
Yes, yes, and a lot of students use that.
Yeah.
A lot of us using that.
Yeah.
So I think I agree with you. If that somehow, in some point, they make us a little bit lazy of thinking, it's okay. And I cannot say it's okay. That's what happened. That should not happen to our student.
But how do we make sure that they have that skill, thinking critically? Like we have gone through the process of thinking critically, like us as academician and whatnot. They're the students, and how do we ensure that them to really, possess that kind of skill?
The answer is I don't know. Because to be a critical thinker right now and to be a critical thinker before the era of AI, it's about the same. Some students become a critical thinker when we give advice, we try hard to do this method and so on and so on. And some become a critical thinker, some are not. Yeah. With the AI, then we expect, oh yeah, we have AI, so everybody should be a critical thinker. Not that way. Some will be a critical thinker using AI. Some will cheat. That's happened before or after, before the AI.
Because it's really convenient.
Yeah.
But maybe we could say that they can adapt, right? They can adapt faster than us, and then they can build that skill faster than us with the help of AI.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Doctor?
But what I don't agree is if the cheating somehow on the shortcut become legal. That's I don't agree. That will ruin the whole. Yeah, that will ruin the whole education system. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's okay. Tak apalah, sedikit-sedikit gitu. Then when that's become legal, when that's become legal, that's a little bit dangerous. My personal.
Sedikit-sedikit nggak apa-apa. All right. Thank you, Dr. Jati. Do we have any questions from the audience here? You can kindly put it in the chat section. I will read it out for you. Any question? Do we have any question there? All right, we're still waiting for question.
Or anyone want to unmute their mic and ask directly to Dr. Kumar?
Yes, that would be,
even better. Am I audible enough, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clear.
Okay. Because just now I accidentally pressed some button.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
The beloved LO. Professor Madani
here. Hello, hi.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I have a question. I have actually have a concern that I think we should focus on about the possibility of being charged to use AI later on, sometimes in the future. Is that possible? I think.
Sorry, I cannot hear you well. Can you?
Is there a possibility that sometimes in the future we will be charged to use AI? Like now, most of us can get it for free, but based on our experience before, let's say we used to be able to retrieve articles freely, but this a lot of us will have to pay. Do you think this can also happen with AI in the future? Yes. Okay, thanks.
My answer is yes. Right now, we can have AI to be a trainer, for example, not in the area of education, in the area of military, in the area of political advisor, for example, and economics as well. We can hire as AI specialist for economics, and then we have to pay. And the payment is monthly, yearly, and so on and so on. So with specific AI designed for that, the free is still free. But actually, when we use the free version, we give a lot of data, so it's not really free. We are part of the trainer, so we train the AI. The AI becomes smart That's because of all of us. We use that for free. We educate them to be smarter. Yeah, so that's a business side of that, Dr. Suryani.
Yeah. Okay. So we should be prepared of the implications of that. Yeah. So it comes
Yeah.
with some serious implications, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you.
Okay, do you have any more question? One more question from the audience?
All right.
No. I guess we don't have any more question. Okay, so
I missed out a hand just now, so you better
oh
ask
yeah,
for
really?
one more.
I didn't.
No. I was saying like my situation just now, I missed out one hand. That's why
Ah,
I'm telling you to be very careful.
I think Dr. Dayang Masleha has a question.
Oh, okay, Dr. Dayang.
Okay, see?
go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Dayang.
No.
But it's okay, we can say hi. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Oh, so do you want to ask question, Doctor? Okay,
Dr. Dayang is from Sabah, right?
Dr. Dayang.
Oh, from Brunei.
All right.
From Brunei or Sabah. Okay.
Okay,
that
I
wraps
guess
up,
we
Lynn?
don't have, yeah, I guess we don't have any more question. Okay. Okay, thank you, Dr. Gumawan Jati, for the enlightening session about AI. And we will now go to the next session. Okay. And thank you also to the participant for still, in this, staying in this live again. Okay. And then over to you, Shah.
Thank you, Dr. Gumawang from Unpar,
Thank you.
Indonesia. I'll see you around, brother.
Yeah, I'll see you around. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Have a good makan siang.
Terima
Sudah jam
kasih,
1.
Dr. Jati.
Ya, terima kasih.
Nanti kita ketemu lagi. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time where we get to see everybody's faces, inshallah. Before we conclude, we will now proceed with a virtual group photography session. Now, I would like to remind you, we will have 2 types of photography session. The first is the official and the second is the freestyle that everybody loves. Kindly turn on your cameras and
thinking of
smile
what your
for the
freestyle is going to
screenshot. Yeah, Lynn is ready.
Prof. Hashim.
Dr. Jati, let's invite Prof. Januddin, Dr. Jati, Dr. Gumawan Jati, and definitely Captain Bersara, Dr. Professor Emeritus, Dr. Hashim Yaakob. Where are you? Come up to the screen. Let's take picture.
More coming in.
More coming in. Okay, we'll wait for like about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Dato' Hashim or Prof. J masih ada kan? Dr. Shamimi is here. Professor Madya, Dr. Suryani is here. So,
okay.
Lynn, whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
because
I'm
I cannot
always
see the controller here.
Yeah, because it's photo session, I'm always ready.
Yeah. I guess Datuk won't be coming up.
Yeah.
Nanti kita kena marah, kena buka balik session. Okay, everybody. The first is the formal photo.
One.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
All shots.
All right.
Even
One more.
everybody.
It's the freestyle one.
Okay, this is the freestyle. You go ahead, Lynn.
Okay. Ready, everyone? In 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yay.
All right. So thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for your cooperation, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you,
this lively
everybody.
audience.
From Malaysia. and our global partners. Thank you very much. 谢谢你. What else? Terima kasih.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay.
Audience.
Maraming
Maraming
salamat.
salamat po. Salamat po. Thank you, Bernie Lopez, for that. And thank you for your cooperation. Please also take note that the attendance and training hours form is now available in the Google form link shared in the chat. Everybody, please ensure that you fill up all of the forms because we
Yes.
are keeping the records for everybody, not just for the UITM, okay? But for the UITM staff and participant, you'll get your jam latihan accordingly. It has been shared to you on the screen. With that, everyone, we conclude the opening ceremony of the International Conference on Languages, Humanities, and Social Sciences 2026. We thank you, all distinguished speakers, participants, organizers for making this event a success. And of course, our appreciation goes to the technical team working quietly, well, not really quietly behind the scenes to make everything run smoothly. You look at me and Shazleen here, but there's actually, the whole building is full of people. So it's a party here. Fortunately, you guys are not here. We wish we could see you next time live with all the glorious food. Okay, Lynn.
Yeah, we look forward to your continued participation in the conference session. Thank you so much for your participation right here. And after this, we will break for lunch. It is available from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We hope you will enjoy your meal after this. To those who can get the lunch on APB, it's free flow. Okay?
Free flow today.
Free flow of food. Over here, and to our online participants, enjoy your lunch.
Okay, enjoy your lunch, and please note that the parallel sessions will begin promptly at 2:15 p.m. 2:15, ladies and gentlemen, and the sessions will take place in separate breakout rooms. You can find the links to your assigned sessions in the conference program booklet or in the chat box. Please make sure you know where you need to be.
Yes. And we wish you a restful lunch and productive afternoon ahead. Okay, and thank you for being with us today. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
See you in the next i-LEdHS. Have a great conference, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Signing off.
Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. Yes.
Popcorn na ka. Bye. Signing off from UITM, Cawangan Kelantan, Akademi Pengajian Bahasa.
Bye. See you in the parallel session in the afternoon at 2.
Yeah. Good luck, everyone.